Woodward Sports Network presents a sports show that's more than just sports. Welcome to The Bottom Line with U of M great and former NFL star Braylon Edwards and Ryan Ermani. Sit back and let's talk some Detroit sports right now on The Bottom Line.
And welcome to The Bottom Line. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermani. He's going to be on vacation the rest of the week, so don't worry, he'll be back. But we also got the man, the myth, the legend, Braylon Edwards on the stage. How you feeling today, Braylon?
I feel like I got left, man. Maz and Ryan, they go on vacation the same 3 days.
Did they go together?
Something's weird going on, man. We'll talk about it off here. But I get to be here with my boy Stick. Sam's still in the booth, and so is our right tackle, Alex Mayer. So I'm excited. You know what we're about to get down and talk to. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump into it.
Yeah, honestly, this is just kind of spiraled out of control right before we went on the air. Yesterday we were talking. We saw a tweet about how Deebo Samuel has finally, had enough, and he wants out of the 49ers.
Did the whole 9 yards.
And then about an hour ago, we see that he officially asked for a trade from the 49ers. And then about 10 minutes ago, we see that the Lions are one of 4 teams listed for him to go to.
Report, Jets, Green Bay, and your Detroit Lions in on that. I'm excited, man. Give the man what he needs.
So here's the question. What are we willing to give up for Deebo Samuel? And do you think he's a good fit? Let's start there. Do you think Deebo Samuel would be a good fit with this new Lions regime?
Anybody that can get a team to the Super Bowl and get to an NFC Championship game is a good fit for the Detroit Lions. Deebo Samuel, 389 yards rushing last year. They just found out that the man could play running back, and they ran him in a lot of running back formations, a lot of wide receiver jet sweeps. 389 yards, 10 touchdowns. That's just rushing.
Not
to mention 1,400 yards receiving on 70 catches. Yards per catch is what you want to look at. The guy can get to the end zone. The guy can do it from multiple positions. Now, going to answer your second question. Yes, that guy is physical. He is a thug. He is a Dan Campbell type player. He's physical. He's hard to tackle. He loves the team. You watch the energy that he had last year during the playoffs for the 49ers. It was infectious. From coming dressed like Deebo to the pregame to having the speaker system to having the bike like Deebo. Every game they were in was because of him. Whether it was the Green Bay game when he had the jet sweep, whether it was the play, and then even in the championship game against the Rams, they had an opportunity.
Yeah, Deebo Samuel, let's just face it, he's a cheat code, right?
He's a player,
he's an
man.
NFL cheat code, and there's really nobody else like him, maybe outside of Cordell Patterson in the league that you can bring in to play multiple positions the way he does. And yeah, to your point, when he's in the backfield, he's a problem. When he's lined up wide, he's a problem. When he's lined up in the Wildcat, he's a problem because he can throw the ball too. I don't see how he couldn't fit into what the Lions are doing right now. You put him with an Amon-Ra St. Brown, and now you're talking 2 of the quickest, in space guys that are in the league.
And you're not necessarily going to know what to do when they line up. Look at the 4 wide. Look at the 4 wide with the tight end scenario potentially for the Detroit Lions. If they made this move, which come on, Dan Campbell, don't let us down on this one, Brad Holmes. If you look at the situation, you get Quintez Cephas, who's a hell of a foul right runner. Don't forget it, he's coming back. Like the guy at Wisconsin, liked him at the beginning of the year.
Loved him.
Quintez Cephas is coming back, and you heard what Jeff Okudah said. You told me this. Jeff Okudah said at Ohio State, when he went against Wisconsin, that was the hardest guy that he had to check.
Yep.
So you get Quintez Cephas back. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be a tremendous slot runner in the NFL. You saw what he was able to do last year for the Detroit Lions. 90 catches as a rookie. Doesn't drop anything. Surefire hands, you can mix them around. Then you got DJ Chark. Y'all told me this guy ran 4.34. You told me that he last season was going to be his breakout year. He got injured. Everybody was watching DJ Chark in the fantasy football draft last year because of the Pro Bowl year, the year before that. Now you mean to tell me you got a 6'3" burner out there and Chark on the outside, and then you add Deebo Samuel to the mix of all that, not to mention you got a Pro Bowl tight end.
I'm just sitting here smiling, thinking about that offense. Like you said, if Quintez Cephas is our 4th wide receiver, that's when we're doing stuff right. And you put Deebo Samuel in that, it's just scary. But now the question is, we know it could work here, right? We now know we're listed as one of the 4 potential candidates for him.
How much bread?
What are you giving up for Deebo Samuel? And I want people in the chat to chime in on this too, because I'm of the mind we give up maybe 32. Obviously, you got to give that. You got to give up a first-round pick for him.
32 gone.
And if we're overpaying or we want to meet the market, I think you give up the 32 and the 34.
See, I'm protective of that 34 pick. I love Deebo. I love what he could bring to this team. And it's instantaneous. The point of a draft is to get a young player that can fill gaps, fill voids. Well, you're getting a not only young player in Deebo Samuel, but a proven, bona fide stud. So that's why you give up the first-round pick, no problem, 32. 34, still a lot of things the Detroit Lions can do. I love this now when you do deals with people. It's about maybe I can give you something next year. So that's where I creep in with 32 this year and then the second-round pick next year. I think a 2 and a 1 this year I think can get it done. Now, to going back to that, now if it's on the table, if they say, hey, you guys got 32 and 34, we'll take that. Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's right at the limit of almost too much, so that's usually when it's a good deal, when both sides are uncomfortable.
It still gives you 2. I mean, it still gives you the second pick overall. It gives you Deebo Samuel, which is a pick plus,
right?
A first-round pick plus, and the player that he is. You know what? Hey, to be great, you got to make great decisions. You know what? 32, 34, here you go.
Well, look at what the Rams have done, not giving a damn about draft picks. Like, just giving them away for quality players. Because that's the thing with a draft pick, especially that late, 32, 34. What are they going to pan out? Like a 50% rate that they're going to be a good NFL player?
And you're looking for this player.
Exactly.
And that's why it also does it, because you're looking for this player. You see what he did against Dallas.
Right.
You saw what he did against Green Bay.
Yeah.
Like, you saw what he tried to do against the Los Angeles Rams. So he's a proven guy, improving moments. You know what? 32, 34. You want to get great? This is how you get great good. Great opportunities placed in your lap, capitalize.
And Russell Brown was in here. He was talking on Big D Energy.
I saw that. He was good.
Yeah, and he's gonna be at our draft party too, going on at the Brass Rail. Make sure you're down there for Draft Day 2022. But me and him were just kind of going back and forth on what you'd want to give up, and he suggested the 32. He's like, and think about that. You take Malik Willis at 2, and you get Deebo for your 32. You have won the draft.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're going to talk about this a little later on with that number 2 pick, because Ryan Armani thinks that you should spend it on a wide receiver. Deebo Samuel would solve that issue right off the bat. So if we could get Malik and Deebo, I'm living in a fantasy world here thinking about that offense, because we still have arguably a top 5 offensive line in the entire league.
Yeah, no, you definitely have a top 5 line. That's one reason I'm excited. Just thinking about this year, that's also why I think, with Deebo Samuel, thinking with Ryan Armani. Now, Ryan said he would be okay with drafting wide receiver. He still wants Malik at 2, but he think he'll be okay with Garrett Wilson because of the rise of Garrett Wilson and how good he's gotten. At number 2, drafting the wideout, I'm not good for that. Now, if you think you're going to draft Drake London and then you're going to tell me I'm going to draft Drake London and I'm going to throw him 20 touchdowns a year, then by all means, because this is a soft league now. The NFL's softer than it used to be. So if you're going to turn this giant into a 20 touchdowns a year wide receiver, then take Drake London at 2. Outside of that, I'm not taking Garrett Wilson at 2. He's a hellified player. His talent is better than most of the players in this draft, so I can see that from a talent perspective. But you got to go edge rusher at that number 2 pick. Edge rusher, that number 2 pick, and then Deebo Samuel at 32. How about that?
Well, normally our chat is kind of divided on stuff like this, and I love that. On the poll right now, 70% want Deebo, and people are talking about what they would give up for Deebo. 2 picks, either 32 or 34, and the 66 that we have this year.
3 picks. Woo.
Yeah, Pistons fans were saying 32 or 34, but not both. You don't want to give away both. That's a little too much draft equity, as our friend Neil Rule would say. I'd give up the 32, not the 34, and maybe a second next year. And then Zaquan just says, F them picks. And, that's kind of the mentality that I think the Lions should take on, because NFL's a copycat league. You see it successful with the Rams. Why not? Let's try it. We've never done that. We've always held our draft picks so close to our heart.
And done nothing with them.
It pissed them away, right?
And done nothing with them. I actually like what I originally said, and I like somebody else said as well. Let's stick with 32, and let's stick with the second-round pick next year. I like it that. The only reason I like that gives you somewhat of an out with Deebo Samuel, just from this standpoint. If you're gonna run an individual 389 yards and 10 touchdowns, and also use him at the wide receiver for another 1,400, he's closing in on 2,000 yards from scrimmage. That's why running backs became a thing of the past. You don't see running backs being talked about no more. They're no longer draftable in the first round. They're no longer getting paid the big bucks. So with that being said, that'd be the only thing leery about is how you use them, because you could wear Deebo Samuel out very quickly with 389 and then 1,400 receiving.
Yeah, just thinking about DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, and Deebo Deebo Samuel as our backfield. Because then you don't have
Craig
to
Reynolds
overuse
is in
him.
there still, I think,
Yeah,
too.
Craig Reynolds. But then you don't have to overuse him because you already got a couple guys that are taking that load of the offense. Sam, you got something to say on this? I see you itching over there.
He's itching. You saw that?
No. Deebo Samuel is the single greatest offensive weapon in the NFL today. Of course you give up 32 and 34 for him. I would do it in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. And I would go edge rusher at 2. You get one need at edge rusher at 2 who could potentially turn into a 10-sack guy. And then you've got Deebo Samuel, like I said, the single greatest offensive weapon in the NFL today.
I tell you a secret. If you draft an edge rusher, too, he better come up with more than 10 sacks. I tell you like that.
That's a very good point.
I'm looking for 16 to 20, baby. I need some Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald type numbers. And I understand they're saying it's a lower draft. BS is what I'm calling it. Jermaine Johnson is a tremendous talent out of Florida State, and then you gotta love Kayvon Thibodeau. I'm telling you,
You've seen Johnson mocked at 2 a couple places too.
because everywhere he's gone, he's had success. It's usually you'll see a player leave a school, go to another school, and you won't see him either playing time at all or it'd be very minimal. He left Georgia after 9 sacks. Like Georgia, 9 sacks, that says something. And then he goes to Florida State and gets 14 sacks. So that tells me that this guy can play wherever he is.
Well, we want to hear what you guys think about, obviously, Deebo Samuel. That's what's trending on Twitter right now. That's what everybody's talking about. So you can either give us a call, 313-552-6322. We'd love to hear you talk about that. Or make sure you're dropping everything in the comments on YouTube. Because I love the back and forth of what happens in the YouTube chat sometimes. They make some great points. And they point out stuff that sometimes I don't even think of.
It's time to go for it. Like it's time to go for it. Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, we've watched the moves that you made. You made some very meticulous, cost-effective moves you can walk away from, you know what? And even to a certain extent, you got me in there. I said, all right, I understand what they're doing. They're trying to build a foundation so that they can eventually say, F those picks in the future. And I understood that. I didn't beg for Bobby Wagner. I didn't beg for Tyrann Mathieu. I mentioned their names a couple times, but I didn't beg because I understood what you're doing. This move is different. This move right here, this is a move. This is a foundation. This is a pillar type move. Go for it. Do something you've never done. To get something you've never had, you got to do something you've never done. Go for it.
I love that. And there's some other teams that are in play, so we'll keep the Deebo Samuel conversation going because I know a lot of people are interested today. It's the biggest news going on around here, and we're almost a week away from the draft, so we can make this happen like this week.
And I like that. If you look at the other teams in it, we'll talk about it when we get back. If you look at the other teams, and I'll say this point, just look at the other 4 teams or the other 3 teams that were mentioned. I can tell you how this would look better to him than those other teams.
All right, we'll discuss that coming back next right here on the Woodward Sports Network. This is The Bottom Line. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Armani.
Braylon Edwards, The Bottom Line.
Detroit.
At Wingsnob, staying humble's not our forte. We just have better wings. We're back at it again with our crispy golden brown fries and our famous boneless wings. Juicy, tender, hormone-free chicken. Your favorite signature sauces with no bone. Just when you thought Wingsnob couldn't get any better. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wingsnob. We just have better wings.
Counting down the hits until Miggy hits 3,000.
High drive, way back the other way, and gone! Cabrera hits another one.
The summer of Woodward Sports is here.
Citron World is an aspirational lifestyle beverage brand with a line of sparkling, flavored energy drinks, premium bottled water, and revitalizer shots. But enough about what they usually are. Let's talk to you about this month right here. Big news! Citron is now available in select Kroger stores. Visit the store located on CitronWorld.com to find where to buy Citron at your local Kroger stores. And they currently have a special 2 for $4. This stuff is so amazing. Drink it before every show. Citron, especially cranberry flavors. So if you see me in Kroger's, I'm picking up some Citron and I'm trying to support because they're here for all my memorable moments. So I want to be here for theirs. Check it out. Citron. Drink it, live it with Citron.
Welcome back to The Bottom Line on the Woodward Sports Network. And Friday, Braylon and I are going to go back and forth doing a mock draft.
Yeah.
But we're also going to be interactive with everybody in the chat. We're going to put up some polls so you guys can decide what picks are coming up next. And obviously, we'll let you decide who goes number 1 overall. And then we'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
And Yeah, so just get prepared, do some mock drafts at home, and, be prepared, because once we ask you guys to pick, we want you guys to know what the hell you're doing.
We are. And actually, I think what we came up with, we're going to give you guys the NFC North pick, so you guys will get a chance to draft for the Bears, for the Vikings, Green Bay, and those for the Detroit Lions.
I just thought about it, though. Everybody's going to try to tank for the other teams. They're going to be drafting kickers for the Packers in the first round.
Be honest. We asked you to be honest. We're having fun out here. We want you guys to have fun. Want to make it more interactive.
Yes.
Or want more interaction, I should say.
So, Deebo Samuel, we discussed it.
Do what you got to do.
First segment of the show. I think we're both on the same page. Whatever you got to do to get this guy, if it's a first and a second round this year, make it happen. If it's a first and a second round next year, make it happen. Obviously, there's money attached to it after that, but the Lions are looking pretty decent when it comes to the salary cap moving forward. And if they want to make a bold move, this is their time to make a bold move. But there's 3 other teams that were mentioned that are high on the list of where Deebo Samuel may go. The Jets, your former team, Braylon. You also have the Packers, which, damn, I don't want to see him go there.
Right.
And then probably the most exciting, if you're a fantasy football player, definitely the Kansas City Chiefs. Why is Detroit better than all those options for Deebo?
Well, I'll go against those teams first, and then I'll talk about Detroit last. I think with KC, Deebo Samuel is a superstar player, wants to be the superstar player. They have 2 superstars already. They have Travis Kelce, and they have Patrick Mahomes. Those are those teams' guys. That's another ride Tyreek Hill, with the exception of the money, didn't feel free to live. He didn't feel the need to stay. Those guys are going to be the focal point. They're going to be the face of the team. You want to be somewhere where you're going to be the face of the team. And it's not going to be there, not to mention with Patrick Mahomes with his contract. What money do they have left to spend?
Well, are they paying him $40 million a year right now?
$4 billion or whatever he's making.
And
so
half the franchise?
What money at the end of next season, the 2023 team, when we came to the table, what do you have to pay? They don't have much. You look at the New York Jets, a franchise me and Maz are all too familiar with. Until they get rid of Woody Johnson, who is the owner, the New York Jets will struggle. Every year they make a move, and it doesn't seem to plan out. It doesn't seem to be the move, whether it's the NFL draft. Very mirror-like, kind of like Detroit. The regime doesn't work. They're firing coaches left and right. They're firing GMs left and right. I told you about the ownership of Woody Johnson. Very questionable. Just not the place for you. You don't want to be in there. You don't know about the quarterback situation with Zach Wilson. Is he going to be good? Is he not? So cross them off the list. And then there's Green Bay. You don't want a team that doesn't have an owner. Because all this mess that you deal with Aaron Rodgers year after year and him holding that franchise hostage, you don't want to be in a place like that where there's no owner, there's no direct pipeline, nobody to make a decision on this foolishness that you see. You also don't want to do that where you can let a guy that is almost 40 years old hold the process up of drafting players, moving along from players. And are you going with Jordan Love? Is that what you're banking on if you're going to Green Bay? So cross them off the list. This is a team for Deebo Samuel. He plays a physical style of football. His coach will love him. His coach will appreciate him. Why is he leaving San Fran? No appreciation. You mean to tell me Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, what you see in that locker room when they get wins, how they talk about Tracy Walker and their players, they wouldn't love Deebo Samuel? You wouldn't want to start and build from the ground up and see that thing move into the future? And we're on Hard Knocks this year. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
This is a slam dunk.
I can see Deebo Samuel and Dan Campbell driving to Allen Park every single day together, just like discussing offensive philosophy and just being boys. But I thought you brought up a really good point when you bring up Patrick Mahomes and the dollar amount that he is going to be paid, because that's kind of the same situation that you got going on in Green Bay. Right. So if I'm somebody trying to court Deebo Samuel right now, I'm like, hey, we're about to be on a rookie quarterback contract here. Yeah. So that means for the next 5 years, we're going to have the money to pay you. These other franchises aren't going to be able to touch you on the amount of money that we could pay you if you come here and make this a winner, because we all know, and we discuss this all the time, anybody that elects to come to Detroit and turns this into a winner, you are set for life. I am talking for life, and there is no way that the Lions would not pay this man what he deserves if he comes here, totally transforms our offense with the rookie quarterback, because now you could take some pressure off a rookie quarterback, even more pressure than just sitting behind Goff for a year. Now you could come out there, you have your release valve to the outside, you have somebody that the defense is going to focus on so you can go in other directions. It does so many things for us offensively, and I don't know if it was you today that I was having the conversation with about the draft. I was like, I'd be happy if they go all defense with the draft.
You and I were talking.
Yeah, I said I'd be happy if they go all,
ride.
Yeah, a little ride around Woodward.
Little 420 ride.
But
happy 420 out there.
Yeah, happy 420, everybody. But yeah, no, I was saying that I could go all defense and be very happy with that. But with this, and we totally transform our offense, I'm at peace with that too.
Last time Herman Moore played an NFL game, it was 2001. He was playing for the New York Giants. Nobody remembers that year.
I do not, yeah.
New York Giants, Herman Moore. I want to say it was his last year, or 2002. It was 02 or 01. Herman, so that was what? That's 20 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Herman Moore, I still see his face on billboards all around the city, whether it's for the car, whether it's for car dealerships, whether it's for Channel 7, who he's been working with for a long time, whether it's his own endeavors. Detroit takes care of their own, man. Like, you can be ingratiated for life. You can be ingratiated to the community for life if you come here. And also, when you were in San Fran, they asked you to do everything because you had to. And for most of the season, you didn't have George Kittle,
right,
which is why you pretty much played tight end, wide receiver, running back, quarterback. You probably got passed out the Gatorade like Boobie Miles did in Friday Night Lights. We wouldn't ask you to do all that. We got DeAndre Swift. We have Hawkinson. We have Amon-Ra St. Brown. We have DJ Chark. We have Quintez Cephas coming off injury. You would fit in well. You could do whatever the hell you wanted to. The scheme would be about you. You want to play A. You want to go in the slot this play. You want to be out deep. You want to go against their number one, their DB this time. We could put him in so many different positions, and he wouldn't necessarily have to run the ball 389 times, but that option was there.
And let's put this into context. If we used the 32 pick to get him, would you have traded Matthew Stafford in a second-round pick for Deebo Samuel? Probably. You would have taken that all day, right? Hey, what's up, Ryan?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, getting that massive return for Matthew Stafford right now would feel a lot better than we're feeling right now. Because, like we discussed, a 32 or number 32 pick could be a bust. It could be nothing, and it could be similar to when we traded away Darko. Thought we had something, we got Rodney Stuckey, and it's like, all right, we traded nothing for nothing. I don't want that out of the 32 pick. If we could turn that into Deebo Samuel, to me, that's a win for the entire organization.
It definitely is a win, too. And it goes back to something that we said in the very first segment. We talked about it. You are looking to the NFL draft to draft one of these wide receivers who everybody's telling you is going to be everything. This guy right here, Christian Watson, oh, man, he's amazing. I don't have any film on him. How do I know he's going to be amazing? Oh, this guy right here, Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks is going to be the next Deebo Samuel. Why the hell I need Treylon Burks if I got Deebo Samuel?
Right.
Why the hell do I need to go get the next Deebo Samuel if I have Deebo Samuel? For perspective, seats for how dynamic Deebo Samuel is. This is Thomas Valentine. Led all receivers in YAC attempt with 10.8, 2 more yards than the second-place finisher. Finished fourth among all running backs, minimum 50 rushes with 4.1 yards after contact. He is one of one. The 49ers, well, they blew that one.
Yeah, that was part of the prep we had before he demanded his trade.
They blew that one.
But, you know, they finished fourth among running backs with 4.1 yards per carry.
No, that was after contact.
After contact. You know who else is on that list? DeAndre Swift. So we get 2 of the top 4 after with that offensive line who's not going to allow contact right away.
And you saw and you just saw his energy. Like, you want to bring in guys like now I'm starting to understand this new way of looking for a player in Detroit. You want a young guy, you want him to be on a rookie deal, you want to be close to a rookie deal, you want him to be bought into the program. I get it. You don't want him to be expensive. I get it. Here, insert Deebo Samuel. Here's a guy that is bought into the program. Last year, you saw him. Whatever the 49ers asked of him, hey, we want you to block a DN, no problem. Hey, we want you to come down, crack on the safety, no problem. We want you to run the ball, no problem. We want you to go catch the ball, no problem.
Right.
Like, that's the game. Like,
return
you mean to
punts.
who the hell doesn't want, besides the 49ers, who the hell doesn't want a guy like Deebo Samuel? Franchises are killing me in 2022. I don't understand why you let players like this go. And then we'll turn around just to look for a player like that.
That's what I don't get about people coveting draft picks like that.
I get
like,
lost,
no,
man.
You would kill to get Deebo at 32. So why the hell wouldn't you give up a 32 for him, like, right now?
Well, because we want to try our luck. It's here. It's here. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah, thinking about Deebo Samuel in a Lions uniform is very exciting, and it's something I hope we can look forward to. And obviously, this is going to be a story that is going to evolve over the next week leading up to the draft, which is going to be a crazy night. And you never know.
Blast, man.
Like, we're scheduling out who's going to be on for what picks for the draft party, and you don't know because the Lions could trade anywhere. And I love that about our current leadership, that all of us are guessing, and that makes me feel good. And you knew about some smoke way earlier, and now we're starting to see some results in Vegas. So we'll discuss that coming up later on in the show. And we're going to do a thing at the end of the show called Ask Braylon. So if you have any question to ask Braylon, go ahead. Keep it clean, though. You know, we got family watching,
I better vet some of these questions, man. I don't like ask my personal business.
Alex is going to sift through them, and we'll ask him at the end of the show.
Go. I trust Alex over there.
This is the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermani till Monday. So Maz is also out, and that is the one, the only, Braylon Edwards.
And this is Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
Everything that we've hoped for, finally.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Braylon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
It's all happening now.
32 teams, 7 rounds, 224 young men who today are about to become players in the National Football League. A day where lives are changed, fates are decided, dynasties are born, and the clock is always ticking.
Draft day in Detroit. A time of hope, a time of wonder, and a time for Detroit Lions fans to act like it's the friggin' Super Bowl. Join Woodward Sports and hundreds of other diehard Lions fans for our NFL draft party and live stream from the Brass Rail Detroit. All your favorite and not so favorite Woodward Sports people will be there. Adam, Terry, Neil, D-Mac, Braylon, Ryan, the heavyweights, NFL scout Scott Bischoff, Maz, Stick, Jeff Maddie, Joey, and more. Come join us at the Brass Rail Thursday, April 28th from 7 p.m. until pick number 32. See you downtown for Draft Day with Woodward Sports. Brought to you by Syntron, Gypsy Vodka, and Planet Fitness.
Guardian Alarm, they are the trendsetters. They have been in the business for about 100 years in protecting homes, and I'm talking all the way back in the day till all the way now when you could do it all from the comfort of your phone. You can sit there right now, make sure that your home's okay, make sure the doors are locked, make sure the garage door is down, make sure all your oxygen is right in the house. That's how advanced they are.
Carbon monoxide levels, all that good stuff, man.
Yeah, you never want to be caught off guard, so that's why Guardian Alarm is there for you. They're your local security experts, and when you give them a call, make sure you tell them that Woodward Sports sent you, and the number that you got to call, it's real easy. We're screaming around here all day long. It's 1-800-STAY-OUT! 1-800-STAY-OUT! And one more time for the people in the back, 1-800-STAY-OUT! You call that number, you never have to worry again about your home security. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
I tell you what, stay out, but get in when it comes to Gypsy, because Gypsy is the stuff. 50 formulas winning and creating this masterpiece of Adam and Mike. I got to tell you, Michigan State guys, you got it right. So smooth, so pure. That's because it's corn distilled 6 times using artesian spring water. It is pure and simple as that. Go down to your liquor store, ask for it by name. Gypsy Vodka. Tell them Stick sent you. You might get a discount. But remember, at all ways and all times, if you're going to drink responsibly.
Yeah, don't tell them Stick sent you, because then they won't believe you if you're drinking responsibly. Welcome back to the bottom line. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermani. Maz is also on vacation. We got Braylon Edwards in here, Flannel Sam.
Don't talk about them slappies, man. They left us with this terrible weather.
Maz did text me, though. He said, I hope you guys have a good show. So that was nice of Maz. I know he didn't mean it, but, you know.
Humbug.
And then we have Alex Mayer making sure we look good and sound good over there in the TD booth. So we're going to be talking a little bit more about Malik Willis, about that number 2 pick. Probably the Deebo Samuel conversation going to pop up again. And we got Ask Braylon coming up at the end of the show. But I want to get into kind of a fun topic.
Ask me for my Wi-Fi password.
Wi-Fi password?
Not saying we asked me for Wi-Fi password.
Social security number, mom's maiden name. So Kyrie Irving, I wanted to have this conversation with you because obviously, Braylon, you were a professional athlete, even when you were in college, and even when you're out at the bars, I've seen people try to heckle you. And we talked about this with the 103 Club that we do. Like, honestly, I'll be hanging out with Braylon, and people think they're funny just walking by going, "Hey, go green!" And you're just like, dude, like they're just trying to like get a response. And Braylon, you're such a pro at it. I'm assuming because you've heard it 10 million times, right?
The best thing about
you're calloused.
Yeah, it's old. For me, it's very old. You get it's like, oh, God, yeah, okay, Michigan State, I get it. But the funny thing is when you interact back with them, and they're expecting or they're trying to incite you to do something, dumb, and then they're like, go green. I was like, you guys did win last year, man. What are you guys gonna do this year? Oh man, I thought you were gonna be a dick.
Can I get a picture?
That's what it leads to.
Right.
That's what it leads to. But it's fun. It's sometimes. But then there are times fans take it to the extreme.
Right.
Fans think they bought a ticket to a game, they can say and do whatever the hell they want to, and that's when it gets to a point where you got to respond sometimes.
Well, Kyrie Irving got fined $50,000 flipping the birds, and then his post-game press conference was amazing what he said. But I've been sitting courtside at a couple NBA games. And
okay, big baller.
I know. I've done it 3 times in my life, and twice I've been able to get yelled at by the player I was heckling. But I'm not like a mean heckler. And
Okay.
but Anson, who does the NFL post games with me, he was known as the Palace heckler.
Yeah.
And like Jerry Sloan said, he was the best heckler in the league because he would do research and find out. And there's a big difference between demeaning a guy and like getting in his head, heckling him. Like Antoine Walker was somebody that I was heckling back in the day when he was playing for the Celtics.
Antoine's my guy.
He may be your guy, but he did the little shimmy.
Right.
So I was just like making fun of his shimmy, making fun of the hot dog pack he had on the back of his neck.
You went in on him.
Oh yeah, so he flipped me off.
Yeah,
he flipped me off. He told me to F off and stuff like that. But it was a fun exchange, right?
And you got the job done.
Right.
You helped out the Detroit Pistons, which is your team, which you're supposed to do.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Like that's fun. That's a joke. Like anytime you can say something that be a locker room content type joke, something you think, because you play ball, like you've been in locker rooms. So anytime you think it'd be some locker room content, like that's on the side of good banter, as they call it. When I would play, going to Oakland was a tough place, and obviously they're Las Vegas Raiders now, but when they were in Oakland, those Mexicans out there, boy, they don't play no games, man. Like
they come dressed up too.
Oh man, and they throw batteries at you, like when you like walk out the black tunnel and the stuff they said. I heard maricon, I think that means homosexual in Spanish, but they would say all type of stuff. They would curse at you, and a lot of it be in Spanish, so you had to try to figure it out.
You had a translator there to.
I was like, George, what did he say? So they were a tough place. Pittsburgh was along a different type of line. Pittsburgh was on that disrespectful line.
Okay.
Like Pittsburgh, obviously they're a great city. They're a great sports city, great town, a lot of championships in that city. But their fans, they use the N-word and some other stuff, and I'm like, okay, like I can't respond to that. There's nothing I can do with that, but I can just ignore that. Detroit had some good hecklers, man.
Did you get heckled here in Detroit?
I got heckled in Detroit.
Like harder than anywhere else, or just
pretty hard actually. I think a lot of Michigan State fans. So did Alex clip he clipped it wrong? Not Alex. Justin. Oh, here it is. So this was in 2010. It's the Detroit Lions, obviously the Jets. Let me go ahead and get that Hodge. Take that to the crib. Talk a little shit. But anyway, so 2010, I got a DUI. I want to say that Monday after the second game of the season, we beat the Patriots. I was at a charity event, got DUI, blah, blah, blah. The rest of that year, like people were heckling about the DUI. And even when I came to Detroit, then it was right before that play. A guy was talking stuff to me on the sideline. He was like, did you drive here? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, that was funny.
Right.
That was good. And then some guys said some things that weren't so funny. But that play happened right after. But there were some, you're going to talk some stuff. I get my opportunity.
So after you scored that touchdown, though,
I went right back to him.
You go right back to him?
I was like, man, what's all that? You know what? You were talking. He was like, good catch. But you guys aren't going to win. We won in overtime. But it's fun. It's just sometimes fans get to that point where they get really nasty, they get real mean, and I think what you don't appreciate as a player is you start to see kids around them, and so then you see where kids grow up and become assholes, or you see where kids get nasty intent because their fathers and mothers are saying everything under the sun, and they're saying it right there in front of the kids, and so that's only going to breed a little demon.
Right. So do you remember that was like one specific guy that you're like, oh, that guy's actually kind of funny? Because sometimes
he was good. He had some other ones too. He had some Michigan State jokes wrapped in there somewhere.
So as a player, you can respect a good heckler. It's the idiots that are just screaming, trying to like disrespect you.
I can respect all that, man. Like when you get guys that's like, yo, man, F your mom and all that kind of stuff. Like for what? What does my mom have to do with this game?
Do you think we'll ever see a point? I mean, and we kind of have seen a little bit with like Russell Westbrook, and we've seen, obviously Kyrie.
Yeah. But LeBron, you saw LeBron kicking fans out this whole last part of the season.
Right. So you think we'll ever get to a point where like the players will actually have more control over this? Because I feel like the officials aren't going to do anything, right? It's on the players, but it shouldn't be on the players.
I think I think what's going to eventually happen is you're going to start seeing you don't think the NBA has seen the tapes? You don't think the NBA has seen when KD is getting into it with guys on sideline and telling them to F off? You don't think they're getting where they see Carmelo or they see, and the list goes on, the players that actually interact with the crowd? They don't want that game. It doesn't matter that the guy said the F word to you, KD. They don't want that game. They don't want to see in commercials or hear bleep outs of their players cursing back at the fans. I think they're going to do something more mandated in terms of each arena. They'll say something, they'll post something, they'll do something where, hey, if this is how you're going to be act, we'll put you on a ban list for life, or we'll put you on a no sit zone, so you won't be allowed to come to these games. Because
there's like a heckler zone all the way at the top, so people can still come to the game.
Yeah, we'll let you
going to hear
you.
you.
Yeah, I think the NBA gets something like that, because right now it's starting to get a little out of hand.
Right.
And all it takes is that one fan and that one wrong player. Like
John Green, Ron Artest, baby. That's all it takes.
What if you get a fan courtside and you get a Patrick Beverly? He's a loose cannon.
Right.
So what if you get a guy that says something, Patrick Beverly, the wrong particular night, fan gets a little too drunk, says the wrong thing, and now as opposed to saying F you, they're fighting on the court. Like, they don't want that. That's bad for business.
Well, I wanted to discuss that with you because obviously, like, I'm always interested to hear the pro perspective, especially, somebody who's played in the league and somebody who has experienced the other side.
Yeah.
I've yelled down to a player. I've never been on that field where I've had people yelling at me all the time. So I wanted to see.
Buffalo was tough.
Buffalo?
Because I like to
What about Philly?
I've only played in Philly. Oh, I play on Monday Night Football. They're crazy.
Okay.
Philly's another bad place. But Buffalo, I remember because I played there a couple of times. I was playing in that same division. That Bills Mafia, they're serious. Because I've been in a game where they started cursing at me at the beginning of the game, and I'm talking back like F you too, and we're going at it. And even though we're winning by 20 at the end of the game, they're still right there talking stuff with 2-3 minutes left in the game. They're committed. To say the least.
Yeah, you're willing to jump through tables. You're going to be talking trash all day
try
long.
to jump through tables.
But, on the reverse coin of bad fans, can you pull up that DAP from last night? This is the good side of fans sitting courtside, fans interacting with players. I don't know if you saw this last night, but Booker makes a shot, and watch this. Daps up a baby.
Oh, yeah, that's love right there.
That's one of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
That's
dapping
love.
up a baby. But that's the benefit, too, You don't want to take that away because of idiots.
I love how he was looking for the baby. Like, you could tell that he went, because see how, like, he was right there with it? He was like, you could tell he fell down to the floor and was looking at the baby, had the baby in mind when he hit the shot. That was dope. That's dope. That's dope.
It's the bottom line right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick. Filling in for Ryan Armani. We got more to talk about coming up next. A wide receiver at number 2 for the Lions. Ryan Armani seems to think so. The internet did not seem to think so, but we're going to discuss who it could possibly be coming up next right here.
Woodward Sports Network. This is the bottom line.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Sticker Genius is the official sticker partner of Woodward Sports. When it comes to stickers and signage, think Sticker Genius. If you go to their website, stickergenius.com, you'll see that they offer,
Stickers,
yes. Wall graphics, window graphics, floor graphics, any kind of graphics you want, custom stickers, and they did all of this beautiful wall covering in less than a day. Planet Fitness and Woodward Sports signage all over the place, and it is absolutely beautiful. And we are very, very satisfied with their work. And if you want them to do something like this for you, all you have to do is visit stickergenius.com.
Speaking of satisfied, if you
Sam.
are hungry, there is one place for you to go right now, wingsnob.com, and put yourself in order of some of those wings. I'm talking, they got the teriyaki wings. They got that Jamaican jerk, which is my favorite, the lemon pepper. It's all fresh. It's all juicy. It's hormone-free, and it's delicious. Honestly, my mouth is seriously watering thinking about it. I should have ate before we came on the show today. But
I did.
wingsnob.com, they just have better wings. That's why they're the snobs.
Hey man, they have a right to be snobs, man. Those wings are pretty good. Hey, randomly, we talked about this before the show. Let's just bring it to our people for 2 seconds. I saw that Wimbledon isn't allowing any of the Russian tennis players to participate in Wimbledon because of Russia occupying Ukrainian space,
trying to take over Ukraine. Yeah,
but you can't ban the players for that.
I mean, they could do it like they did in the Olympics. Just don't let them represent Russia, maybe. I don't know, but I do think it's weird to punish the citizens for what the government is doing. It's kind of a weird message to send. But
especially when certain governments, especially like Putin, it's like North Korea, certain governments do bad things.
Man, where's Fish? Because Fish would love to talk about North Korea right now.
I just don't understand how you penalize them. Because it's not like, I think it's Russia and Belarus. And it's not like they got bums. Like Russia's men, Danilo, I want to say Medvedev, he's number 2 in the world. You're punishing him. The women have 3 players inside the top 20. I think they have 4, Irina, Slovenka, and then 15 and 18. How are you punishing them?
And honestly, do you think Putin gives a damn? Like,
No,
you're not
not
letting
at all.
tennis players play? Who cares? Like, this isn't, I don't know. I try not to get into global politics because we can't solve anything right here, right now. But yeah, I think it's weird to punish citizens.
That's Wimbledon that's actually doing it. That's the only reason why I brought it up. Wimbledon's corporation or company, whatever Wimbledon is called, Wimbledon, I assume.
Yep.
They are blocking their players. I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah, it is tough, and you feel bad for those players who work their whole life to get to that point.
It's Wimbledon. This is what you play for. It's not the U.S. Open. It's not the Australian Open. It's not the French Open. It's not the Olympics. It's Wimbledon.
It just makes me happier that I'm here in America, baby. All right, wide receiver at number 2 for the Lions. I was filling in for you last week, and Ryan Armani mentioned that, I believe, on Thursday, and my head must have, I was like, wait. Because honestly, the thought never even entered my mind that we could entertain a wide receiver at number 2. But then when he's talking about it, he makes somewhat sense.
Charles Rogers, baby.
Oh, yeah. Charles Rogers, Mike Williams, Roy Williams, 3 first-round wide receivers in a row. And you could argue we didn't hit on any of them. Charles Rogers, if he would have been healthy, I think would have had a completely different story. Roy did all right, and then plus we got a ton back for Roy.
Roy had a bad attitude. He was on a bad time in Detroit.
The best first down signal I've ever seen, baby.
Yeah.
Down 37, first down. Let's go.
He did the same thing with Dallas too.
Yeah, with those white gloves that he had down to
here.
He
was nice in Dallas. Like I like his. Like,
he was a good player.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was a really good wide receiver. I used to watch him a lot in college. He was out of Texas.
Yep.
Him and his teammate B.J. Sims, I want to say.
Okay.
They were really good. They were really good.
So
B.J. Johnson.
Would you entertain a wide receiver at number 2, or were you like me when Ryan Armani said that? Because Twitter went nuts on him. I believe it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, no, bro, that ain't happening.
Listen, I love Ryan Armani. I love you, and I know what your context was. He was just saying, basically, because of how this draft is slated,
right?
It's kind of like
he made sense.
What's the big board on this draft? Because if you look at Garrett Wilson as a wideout is going to be ranked ahead of a lot of where these guys are in their particular position,
right?
So that's more so what he was saying, and then Garrett Wilson actually is a damn good wide receiver. You saw how he came on the scene and kind of displaced Chris Olave, who went into last season. Chris Olave was the number 1 receiver in the country, Ohio State, and his teammates simply took over for him recently with Garrett Wilson. But with that being said, what they need, you got to get an edge rusher. Hey, Christina
Gennari's in here.
Hey, Christina, how you doing?
Good to see you.
But you got to have an edge rush. You got to get to the quarterback. That was the problem with Detroit a lot of these games, man. Their defense is not good. They could not get to the quarterback. Quarterback had a lot of time. Now, they got some sacks in there, but just imagine having a guy come off the edge like Kayvon Thibodeau. Like, I'm not talking about when – a lot of times when we were seeing sacks this past season, it was like, oh, man, good, we got a sack. Who's that in on that sack? You're looking to find out. You weren't expecting to have sacks. This time, you get a guy out there like Kayvon Thibodeau. You put him on that outside edge. He's going to get to the quarterback. You're going to be looking for number 90, insert number, for Kayvon Thibodeau. And then you give me this mess about his personality. I don't want to hear that. He can get to the quarterback. That's going to be enough for any coach. I think that was leaked information just so the Lions wouldn't seem like they were drafting Kayvon Thibodeau at all. He runs 4.5 in the 40. He sounds a lot like Von Miller. When Von Miller was coming out of Texas A&M, who he was. He's the similar to that player. Similar size, similar height. They run 4.58. I think Vaughn was 4.49 though. I mean, he's ridiculous with the speed. I think he did crack the 4.4s. But he's right there. Similar pass rushing strength, the way they use their body leverage. I mean, Von Miller ain't no Boy Scout. Like, Von Miller was having some fun in Denver, and he was out there doing his thing. But what was he always doing around it? He was getting to that damn quarterback.
Always.
And obviously, you see it best, Super Bowl 50, who was MVP. So if that's the kind of guy you're telling me that is potentially there versus a Malik Willis, a guy I got to figure out if he's going to be a good NFL quarterback, or drafting a wide receiver, and then if you draft a wide receiver at number 2, he got to score 20 touchdowns a year.
And which one of these guys do you think has that in him? Olave, Wilson, Williams, London, or Treylon Burke? 20
touchdowns a year?
Yep.
It would only be Drake London, but you would have to make him like literally be throwing the ball to him all the time. Make him, because the NFL has gotten away from the physicality of the defense. They're not allowing them to be as physical. You know that. Drake London's a guy that's 6'4" and some change, runs 4.3.
High point that ball.
Runs low 4.4, can high point that ball. I've seen him. He's physical. He's not like Mike. They always try to compare him to Mike Evans. When people don't have anybody that compare you size-wise, they just compare you to the guy that's your size. Mike Evans isn't a physical wide receiver. He runs really good routes. He's actually more of a smaller type receiver. He just happens to be 6'5". Drake London is physical. He tries to impose his will. So if you're going to tell me you're going to draft him and make him a red zone machine, go for it. But other than that, give me Kayvon Thibodeau. And even at 32, I might take another defensive lineman.
That's just crazy, though. Out of all those wide receivers, Drake London's your top. Like, if you're to tier them out, right?
If I'm a tier them out, then no. Like, if I'm a tier them out, I'm going with Jameson Williams and Garrett Wilson at 1.
Okay.
And then I'm going with Chris Olave, Jahan Dodson, and Drake London in the second tier spot. You asked me in terms of drafting at 2.
Right.
I'm saying I will only draft Drake London at 2 and make him a Megatron. Make him a machine where I'm throwing him the ball. Like, that would be the only receiver that I would draft at 2.
Just because of his size and skill set.
Because of the size and skill set,
okay.
Exactly. If that makes
and what
sense.
the needs are for the Lions.
Exactly. Jameson Williams and Garrett Wilson are your tier 1 wide receivers in this draft.
So why don't we do this over the next 5 days? There's 5 guys here. Can you break down
I would love to.
Each guy one a day for the next 5 days? Like tomorrow, who do you want to start with? Let's start with
I don't plan on coming on Saturday, but I can come Saturday for you.
No, I'm talking next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
okay.
all the way up to the draft.
Yeah, we can start tomorrow. Shoot.
So you want to do Drake London tomorrow?
I do Garrett and Drake tomorrow. Maybe I do 2 a day.
Okay.
You do 2, or you want me to do 1?
It's up to you.
I'll do 2. That way, at least you have a comparison. Like, once I break the 2 down, you can look at it differently as opposed to just breaking 1 down.
Okay, so tomorrow, let's break down some Drake London.
Okay.
Who else you want to do? Garrett Wilson?
Do Garrett and Drake tomorrow.
Okay, I love that. Because I love watching you break down film and seeing the game through your eyes. Because, I've watched it. I understand what the announcers are talking about.
Right.
But you got a little more nuance to where they should be stepping, what their hip angles should be like, and, all that good stuff. That
I agree. Not to toot my own horn, but to make it make sense.
You're a professional.
I watch hockey all the time. I watch hockey. It's a lot different when I watch D-Mac break it down.
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay. I feel like I know some stuff now. Yeah.
So tomorrow we'll break down. We'll have Braylon break down on the big screen.
Okay, Braylon with the breakdown.
Yeah, the Braylon breakdown. I love that. So we will do that tomorrow. If you have any other people that you want Braylon to break down wide receiver wise, we'll do that. There's actually Garrett Wilson on the TV right now over there. Oh, and Drake London high pointing the ball. So we got that going on tomorrow. Coming up next, I want to have a fun conversation.
Let's do something. What are we doing?
I don't know. I was telling you earlier, it kind of feels like a Friday. So this list came out of backstage artists, what they've requested in their green rooms.
Oh, okay.
And I want to get on that diva tip. And Sam, I want you to think about what you would want in your diva room. Alex
got a funny
Mayer.
story too.
You got one?
About a green room.
Uh-oh.
Got a funny story about a green room.
Does it have to do with Rihanna?
Nah, man, it's private. I tell you that off the air, man.
All right, we'll talk about that next. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermani today. That is Braylon Edwards.
This is Woodward Sports Network, The Bottom Line.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
You ask
for it, and we listen. The Seafood Festival is back at Big Boy, including a Friday night seafood buffet. Catch it while you can, available at participating locations until April 24th. Also available, the new fish sandwich. We'll see you at Big Boy.
How's it going, everybody? This is Flannel Sam with MyBookie.
What's up, Sam?
Hello.
Give me some stuff, Sam. What
Tell
you
us
got for me
about
for
that.
MyBookie,
When
baby?
I go to place a bet, I go to MyBookie because it is quite frankly the best way to place a bet. Go there today.
that right?
Go there today and enter promo code Woodward when you sign up for free money. Who would want to deny free money?
I
And
wouldn't.
how do you get that free money? Free bets. You get free bets just for entering Woodward when you sign up for your MyBookie account. Plus, you can bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. Right now, the NBA playoffs going on. You want to place a bet on that? Go to mybookie.com. But if you have a problem with gambling, please call the gambling hotline, 1-800-270-7117.
You can tell Sam cares.
He
That's
does.
That's what I love about Sam.
You saw the transition into the. He was like, "But listen, man, if you got it's like he put his arm around me. He's
Right.
like, listen, if you got a problem, the number to call is." I love it, Sam.
Thank
Good
you,
stuff,
Sam.
buddy.
The kind voice of Sam.
It was. He was excited too. He was like, "Hey, when I place my bet, I believe it." I'm like, "Shit, I'm sign up."
We got more Deebo Samuel conversation coming up. Miguel Cabrera 4 hits away, and we're going to discuss when we think
built
that's
like
going to
Deebo
happen.
Samuel.
Hopefully here in Detroit. Got Malik Willis dropping down in some places. So we got all that coming up right here on the Woodward Sports Network, The Bottom Line. My name is Stick. Filling in for Ryan Armani. Maz is on vacation as well. Braylon Edwards is here. And I just wanted to have a little fun with this conversation because I saw this list, and I'm a big fan of lists.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of finding out like what people do, especially rich people. Rich people always fascinate me.
They're eccentric,
Yeah, they just
which is
do
a nice word to say. They're rich and crazy.
Yeah, they just do weird stuff, man.
Yeah.
Rich people do weird
Nicolas
stuff.
Cage.
He's a weird guy.
He's a damn weird. I want to see his movie though.
That is weird. Yeah.
It's like playing himself,
Yep.
but like acting, but not acting. But
See?
he's acting.
And is that egocentric or is it just like cool?
I think
You
it's
know
good.
what I mean?
He's such an interesting individual, man. Like he's like one of two actors that I will see all of their movies, even though I know 70% of them are going to be bad. I know that there's going to be some hidden gems in there somewhere, and I think this is going to be great. It's got great ratings though.
Who would you have play you in your life movie?
Who? Mike Epps.
Mike Epps.
Mike Epps. 'Cause I want somebody to be funny. Like I'm a funny person. Like people that know me off camera, like I'm not nearly what you think. Like I would want somebody funny, but athletic as well. I guess. I mean, I can see Mike Epps.
See, before the slap, I would have said Will Smith. Like you and Will are kind of, similar size. He's like 6'4". He's a big dude.
That slap might have made him more accurate to play me, because I've been known to slap a couple people or two.
Hey, I'm sure they deserved it. Sam,
I'd take Will Smith. I mean, that's a good one. I mean, I think
Sam, who would play
Idris
you?
Elba. I think all the ladies like Idris Elba. now.
that's a
See, I
solid
can
pick.
fake like I got an accent. I'm coming Idris Elba.
Who would you pick, Sam, to play you in a movie?
Zac Efron, hands down.
No.
Except he's not quite as good looking as I am.
Sam has such low self-esteem. It's amazing.
What?
Alex Mayer.
I love it.
There's nobody I know with long hair like you. Who would play you?
That's what I'm saying. Is I have no idea. Do you guys have any idea, Braylon?
Maybe Ashton Kutcher back when he was doing that 70 show days.
I have gotten that one before.
There you go.
That 70 show days, the Ashton Kutcher, that's a good look.
Well, I would like
He's not a
Jerry
bad-looking guy.
Seinfeld just because I'm biased like
Jerry
that.
Seinfeld. Well, we know who's playing Maz, George Costanza.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100% George Costanza.
So let's take a look at these backstage. We're going to
I
call
can't
them
believe
backstage
Maz is on
divas.
vacation, man. I'm looking at the chairs. Nobody there.
You feel like we should be playing like a sad song with nobody sitting in that chair.
We should.
But here's a list of weird requests artists have made for backstage. Like Weird Al Yankovic. I mean, it's weird in the name. So he requests one garnished Hawaiian shirt at every appearance.
That's not
Eventually,
too bad.
he stopped when he collected too many. Cher, the singer Cher, she has a separate room just for her wigs.
Now, hold on. We got to break that one up. Do the wigs scare her? Do they come to life or something
And
like
how many
Gremlins?
wigs do you have?
I'd like a separate room for your wigs. Like, we gonna walk in there and scare the hell out of you? Oh, my God. I forgot it's just wigs.
In the locker room, did any players make any weird requests like that?
Yeah, like Jason Taylor was the only one that could touch the radio. Like when he got there, so he got to New York my second year with New York, and I'm the DJ everywhere I've ever been. I'm the DJ. I control the music. I love controlling music. I've always been that way. I am Mr. AUX. Yeah, he came in and was like, "Yeah, man, the only one playing music is me," and I'm like,
"Who are you?"
because I had to think like, how do I handle this? Because it is Jason Taylor. I know that he is going to be in Canton soon. He wasn't in at the time. He's in now. So I was right. I was like, no, he's going to be in Canton. I mean, seems like a nice guy. I mean, he looks like Xerxes from 300, but I mean, you know what, hell, Jason, and then it paid out because the Cool Gray 11s came out that year. And that was the first time they had come back out since 2001. And they came out that year, and he was like, hey, brother, man, you know, how many pair you want? I was like, you talking to me? What do you mean? Is 3 too many? 3 pair of Cool Grays, man. So, hey, that guy can have the aux whenever.
What music was he playing?
He played a mixture of everything. He played like some pop. He played some hip hop. I mean, you can't go wrong with Lil Wayne in 2010. Played some Kanye. He played some older music. He played. If you look at Jason Taylor, that's what he played. Like his music, it was a representation of how he looked.
It's just a blend.
Right.
Gromit saying he needs fresh flowers and a mint on his pillow.
What were you doing the night before?
Right. So let's throw that list back up, too. There's some other names on here. Jennifer Lopez prefers an all-white dressing room. And keep in mind, spirit at ease.
I like that.
And she likes candles, couches, tables, and flowers. Rihanna must have a plush animal print rug to walk barefoot on.
I already knew that one.
Let's see. Justin Timberlake has to have his doorknobs sanitized every 2 hours. I'm not sure if that's a euphemism for something else.
I think that's like Ryan. Ryan's like that. Ryan, I think that would be something Ryan would do. He's a germaphobe.
This is weird to me. This is way too hot. Beyonce needs to have the dressing room at 78 degrees. Like, my house is set at 67. 78?
So first of all,
and well-seasoned chicken. I don't know why they threw that in there.
I wouldn't expect that one out of Beyonce. That would be something I expect out of somebody.
Well, why do you have to preface well-seasoned? Yeah, 78. That's way too high.
First of all, we fighting here because I keep it at 67.
Right.
78 with a ton of. Just think how many people are usually in the green room. I mean, I guess Beyonce's is probably a little more limited, but 78 with a ton of people, you're going to be done by the time the performance starts.
If you're in the chat right now, what's the weird thing that you would want? Let's see. Selena Gomez, after a breakup with Justin Bieber, changed the name of people on her team that were named Justin. So, like, if I broke up with Sam, you're no longer Sam. I'm sorry. You got to go by something else.
You're Sam, too.
I know.
Technically, that's the funny thing.
That is the weird thing.
Yeah, that was weird. What would be in your dressing room? I guess we didn't get through it. What was Jay-Z?
I would be an Oreo guy. Yeah,
what? 7 dressing rooms. High quality peanut butter and jelly.
High quality peanut butter and jelly. He don't want none of that BS, man. Do not bring Jay-Z any of that generic ass peanut butter. He wants Jif or nothing else.
He wants real PB&J. I like that. Britney Spears?
Britney Spears at 2011 London show, she requested McDonald's cheeseburgers without the buns, 100 figs and prunes, toothpaste, fish and chips, and a framed photo of Princess Diana.
This is Britney Spears when she wasn't in control of her own right. Damn it, that's now too.
That was her dad asking for all that. I would go with Oreos, man. I want Oreos. I'm an Oreo whore.
I wrote a list.
Oh, yeah?
Let's see what we got.
What is on Braylon Edwards' green room requests?
All right, here we go. Let's see. I can't read my own handwriting. Pre-rolls.
Okay.
Put some pre-rolls in there.
I like that.
I think that's good for the energy and the morale of the room.
Especially today.
Some Gypsy vodka. Got to have the Gypsy vodka in there.
Got to hit the sponsor.
That'd be perfect. Got to have a PS5.
Okay.
That's more so for my boys, for my friends. You guys get after the PS5, I'll watch. Simply Lemonade and some Wing Snob.
My man.
Hey, man, I'm going.
Yeah, see, now I know what's happening. Braylon's going to expect Wing Snob, Gypsy, and everything in the back now before every show. Be like, I told y'all.
I'm waiting for that Sony deal so we can get that PS5 crack. But no, I think I'm being funny with some of these, but I think that's standard stuff. I think you get some pre-rolls. There's nothing too much to ask for. Some Gypsy vodka, a PS5, something to eat, and I think that's smooth.
Sam, what about you? What's the one thing you would need in your green room?
I think I have more than one. I'll just make a very quick list. I would want Chicago-style pizza, Coke with grenadine, a TV.
I was say, whoa, okay.
Did you say Coke with grenadine?
Coke with grenadine, like cherry Coke.
I didn't hear with grenadine. I just hear Coke. I was like, wait.
Just cocaine.
Coca-Cola.
You're hanging out with Adam too much. Quit hanging out with Adam.
I was going to tell, we're saying, when you said Coke, I was going to be like, listen, man, the sports marketing agency, they are here to help you. Not messing with you, buddy.
Yes. A TV with a game on that I don't have much investment in, so I can just relax, and my beautiful fiance by my side to just relax with.
This guy, man, whenever he can squeeze into
the fiance. Oh, man.
Does she watch the show?
Yes, she does.
Okay, yeah. All right, that explains.
But I would do it anyway.
Yeah, no, I get it, but like you go a little extra hard knowing that wifey's watching.
I mean, I like to give her a shout out. She's the greatest lady in the world, and I get to marry her. Damn.
Oh, she is pretty awesome.
Okay, Sam.
Yeah, she is
hey,
pretty
you know
awesome.
what, Sam?
Sam's got game,
Hey,
man.
Sam, I ain't mad at you. Hey, Sam, you know what? I like that, buddy. I like that.
Alex Mayer, what you got, baby?
So
he ain't got no fiance, I tell you that.
yeah. Can I get a girlfriend in my green room, please?
I mean, we can make that happen.
I'm a simple man, but I have some specifics. One, I need entertainment and food. So I need a TV with a Nintendo Switch that has the YouTube app and Mario Kart on it for all my homies. Gotta play a few rounds of kart.
Okay.
Food.
I like that.
Some specific food. I gotta have a 6-pack of Heineken.
I can do that.
I gotta have caramelized pecans.
What? Get a little extra
Fig
now.
Newtons. And
Okay.
since Jay-Z mentioned it, I need peanut butter and jelly with crunchy peanut butter.
Crunchy?
Ooh,
Yep,
crunchy.
gotta be crunchy.
You don't mess with creamy?
I mean, I mess with it, but I prefer crunchy.
Does it have to be premium peanut butter like Jay-Z, or are you willing to go with
Just
dollar store?
Jif Crunchy's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So get you some Nutella.
See, we're not that high maintenance around here.
I don't know. Alex got a little towards the end. Alex got a little high maintenance. He
The
started
candied
off cool. He
pecans.
was like caramelized. Then he caramelized pecans. I need Cypress fruit grass water. Like
breast milk from a
I
Cambodian
need artesian
woman.
spring water.
There you go. I need an Anise salad.
Distilled 6 times.
Check you out. Gluten free too.
Yep.
So Braylon Edwards is an insider, and I just figured that out this week. He said something to me the other day, and then all of a sudden Vegas changed their lines. I'm not sure who
I've
you
been
talked
known
to.
to get inside some places.
I'm not sure who you're talking to in Vegas or how you're changing these lines, but we can make some money work if you got this power. We're going to find out what that is coming up next right here on The Bottom Line. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermani today. That is Braylon Edwards.
And this is Woodward Sports Network, The Bottom Line.
Let's go.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Hey, let me tell you about Les Stanford in Dearborn. Joey and I went out there the other day, and I got a look at that brand new Corvette, and I almost just blew the bank. I was ready to take another mortgage out on my house because that car is so beautiful. Ooh-wee. And Les Stanford got it at a good rate. So I was like, you know what? This is worth the risk. But honestly, beautiful car, and he is the king of Corvettes. So make sure you go out there and check it out. And also, if you're looking to trade in your lease, they will get you out of your lease and get you into something better. How nice does that sound? Just in time for summer, maybe get you a little drop top to drive around the city. But make sure you go to lesstanford.com right now. Check out their inventory or just give them a visit. Les Stanford right there on Michigan Ave. Fine new roads.
And on another note, SMA has been leveraging pro athletes and other notables for a decade against issues around mental health and substance use disorder. With the help of NFL alumni Sean Jordan, who was here yesterday actually promoting the Sports Marketing Agency podcast. It was amazing. Had a chance to meet the individuals that he sat there and talked with. And that's the basic thing and what SMA is trying to do. It's the conversation, talking about mental health, talking about substance use disorder, just destigmatizing all issues around it, and also normalizing for people that have anxiety, people that have depression, and people that do struggle from PTSD, trauma care. Go to the website. If this sounds like you or sounds like anybody you know, thesportsma.com. They are here to help.
Welcome back to The Bottom Line on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you to everybody listening right now on The Roar. Everybody who has downloaded our app, which is free and available for you right now. Just go to Apple or the Google Play Store, search Woodward Sports. You can download that, take it with you right in your pocket. Make it real easy while you're rolling down 696. Just throw on Woodward Sports.
I forgot to tell you the green room story.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear about that before we get into this other topic.
It was R. Kelly
Oh, whoa, okay, all right. This is a family-friendly show.
Hey, no, listen. It's nothing like that. I would not subject our listeners to anything that had anything to do with R. Kelly that wasn't kind of funny. So this was during training camp. It's what I'm saying, 2006, maybe 2006. A bunch of us snuck out of a hotel.
Peak R. Kelly.
Yeah, I know, right? This is like double disc. This is second double disc R. Kelly, the black one. The second double disc, the glasses and whatever. So a bunch of us snuck out, which wasn't really sneaking out because they didn't really care during the first beginning part of training camp. Went down to the concert with my girlfriend at the time. And then my boy Hayes, we went down, enjoyed the concert. Then we got invited to the dressing room. After we got invited to the green room. So we go back there, and I see Claire's earrings, right? Like, those Claire earring case, like the little small one, whatever. And it had one huge earring on it, and then it had one missing. And I was like, man, that's an interesting thing to see. And it was right by like the mirror. It was right by like all R. Kelly stuff. And then I see him. He comes up, he introduces himself. He had one earring in and one earring out. I was like, oh, that's cool. R. Kelly shops at Claire's. That's what's up.
What's up, Kels? For real, he shops at Claire's?
Yes, the earrings were fake. I love it. They were definitely fake. I picked it up and everything. They were. It's okay, man.
What else was going on at that party, man? Inquiring minds want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Come on, Braylon.
Hey, listen, I had curfew.
You played swords with R. Kelly?
I had to. No. Nothing to do with R. Kelly. No.
I had to ask, right? No. Like, if I told you I was hanging out with R. Kelly, you'd be like, all right, Stick.
I would.
What's going on with you and R. Kelly?
I want to be like, were they legal?
Oh, yeah, of course. We check IDs at the door, baby.
This was after.
We got room keys.
Exactly, but I didn't want to go to his hotel. I wanted to go back to mine.
All right, let's get back on track here. Kayvon Thibodeau. Malik Willis. At one point, Malik Willis was projected to the number 2 pick to the Detroit Lions, DraftKings in Vegas, FanDuel. And here is a tweet from Jamie Eisner. A significant shift in the NFL draft betting market for the number 2 pick. This is just in the last 24 hours. Kayvon Thibodeau is now the favorite at DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, plus trending toward being the favorite at PointsBet. Malik Willis, odds have dropped to between 8-1 to 10-1, and which is interesting because Malik Willis just had his visit here this week, and last week we heard that Dan Campbell and Kayvon Thibodeau do not get along.
Lies.
And you brought this up. What did you think about that whole scenario?
So this whole offseason, people that have been here, been local, fans and analysts, radio personalities, the whole 9 yards, us, we've been watching Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, and we've been watching this tremendous game of poker being played. They have played a tremendous game of poker. We have been looking for a tail since the Senior Bowl, and we can't find the tail. Every time you think Brad Holmes is right there to give you something, he pulls back, and he doesn't give you anything. Dan Campbell, you know what you can get out of him? Nothing. So, but, hey, we're just a great team, and a great group of guys. He gives you the old team rhetoric, right? But now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and this is around the time Malik Kayvon's visit, it's leaked that he's not a Dan Campbell type guy.
Yeah, they don't get along.
Dan Campbell's not one to make comments like that. Dan Campbell isn't even one to show that. So for that to come out, I was like, that seems like a tell. That seems like somebody leaked some of that information, so somebody would think that he wants Kayvon Thibodeau. So now, once again, to tip their hand, man, I think they're going to go Kayvon Thibodeau. He's the most sure pick for the Detroit Lions in this draft. I know there's no such thing as sure, but not just sure in terms of what you need, but sure in terms of what can be the best thing for you. God, I keep talking about it. For all these high-priced names, all these high-priced teams that get to the playoffs year in and year out, I can tell you their edge rusher that makes that team go. You got to have an edge rusher that can get to the quarterback. Just look at, I know Aaron Donald is special, or you can even Von Miller. Take them off that team, man. Joe Burrow would have torched those guys.
Right.
He would have torched that team. You go even with Heineke, how he played. Heineke not Heineke, that's the quarterback, but Cincinnati Bengals, their defensive end, I can't think of his name for the life of me.
Trey Hendrickson.
Thank you, Hendrickson. Hendrickson had 15 sacks last year.
I love Sam.
15 sacks last year, Pro Bowl player. They paid him last year. He got to the quarterback. He started off the game against Stafford with a sack. Myles Garrett. The list goes on. Look at what Micah Parsons did. Trevor Lawrence for a couple years with Dallas. You got to have yourself a key prime rush in. And that guy Kayvon Thibodeau, he has it all. He has the speed. He has the size. He bends. He dips. That's very key for these guys. A lot of these left tackles, right, they're getting taller. He's getting low. Can't even get underneath him.
So what do you think Vegas is picking up on? Because obviously you picked up on it. Like, hey, that's out of these guys' character to talk crap about any player, whether they're drafting them or not. Yeah. Why do you think Vegas started to pick up on that, and now why do you think the odds are starting to change now? Because when this whole process started, it was Hutchinson or Thibodeau, Hutchinson or Thibodeau, Hutchinson or Thibodeau. Then it slowly evolved into, all right, Hutchinson, Thibodeau,
right.
Maybe a safety, maybe a wide receiver, maybe a quarterback, and it got so blurred, and you saw Thibodeau dropping down to like 6, 7, 8 in some mock drafts, but now it's kind of finding its level again and getting right to where it needs to be. Why do you think Vegas is starting to lean towards that way?
One, Vegas is listening to me, so good job, Vegas. Somebody around here listens to me.
It's about time.
No, but
and Alex listens.
And Alex does. Alex, we have a good rapport. I listen to Alex too. I think it's very simple. Detroit doesn't need an offensive lineman right now. Like the majority of mock drafts you see in terms of the top tier talent is offensive lineman. Whether it's Aquanu, whether it's Neal, whether it's Cross. We're one of the one teams that do not need an offensive lineman. So just cross all the offensive linemen off the list for the Detroit Lions. They know that the Detroit Lions are going to take a wide receiver at 1. So just remove all the wide receivers out of the list. They don't think Aiden Hutchinson is going to be there, so they remove him from the list. With the quarterbacks, nobody is talking about coming up to get Malik anymore. Like, it was talked about briefly. It was the Detroit Lions maybe being there, staying, taking a pick, but then it was the Pittsburgh Steelers are interested in moving up. It was Matt Rule and Carolina Panthers are interested in moving up. Since no one's talking about moving up anymore, and actually Carolina Panthers are now talking more about Kenny Pickett than Malik Willis, now
and they're showing interest in Baker Mayfield.
Exactly. Now the Malik Willis hype, it has sustained, it's leveled out water, and now it's trading backwards. And now you're going back with the original thought from way back in January, which is Kayvon Thibodeau is the best rush in this draft. The Detroit Lions need a premier rush in. If 1 + 1 is 2, there you go.
It's just so crazy how it's evolved since the beginning, and but I was just blown away because you said it, and I honestly don't think that. Like, I may be naive, but I'm like, oh, that rumor came out, and there must be a little bit of truth to the rumor. But you're thinking it's a smokescreen, and now I'm like, that does make a lot of sense. If you don't want people coming after your guy, you kind of give off this, he's not really our guy.
You have nothing to worry about from us at 2. We don't want that guy.
Right.
Now you don't have, making deals.
You know, someone trying to snake ahead of you to get that number 1 pick.
Because another reason why you would do that is because you talked about, my apologies, you talked about the number 1 pick, talked about the Jacksonville Jaguars, talked about what those guys are thinking down there with Trent Baalke. Those guys aren't trying to make that pick at 1. And the Lions knew that. They've been trying to get out of that pick. They've been trying to trade out of that pick. So now that's why you say, hey, you know what? Look, we don't want him at 2 because you don't want somebody to come jump you at 1 because they know you want Kayvon Thibodeau.
I absolutely love the power structure that's in place right now for the Lions.
It's chess, not checkers,
I was going to say, they're playing games with the NFL. They're playing games with me, but that's okay. But they're playing games with the NFL. And we've always tried to be the smartest in the room. Yeah. But I feel like right now we are the smartest in the room.
Yeah, because usually the fans are the smartest in the room when it comes to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, the wisdom of the crowd.
Exactly, for their own sake. Finally, it seems as though they might be actually what they're supposed to be, which is the smartest people in the state.
Well, we'll see how smart we are when we place our bets next on when Miguel Cabrera is going to get his 3,000th hit. Could happen tonight. He's only 4 away. They're playing the Yankees at 6:40 down at Comerica Park. So we're going to discuss when Miggy's going to get that hit and maybe play some bets on some squares. Coming up next, my name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermani. That is Braylon Edwards.
This is Woodward Sports Network, The Bottom Line.
32 teams, 7 rounds. 224 young men who today are about to become players in the National Football League. A day where lives are changed, fates are decided, dynasties are born, and the clock is always ticking.
Draft Day in Detroit. A time of hope, a time of wonder, and a time for Detroit Lions fans to act like it's the friggin' Super Bowl. Join Woodward Sports and hundreds of other die-hard Lions fans for our NFL Draft Party and live stream from the Brass Rail Detroit. All your favorite and not so favorite Woodward Sports people will be there. Adam, Terry, Neil, D-Mac, Braylon, Ryan, the heavyweights, NFL scout Scott Bischoff, Maz, Stick, Jeff Maddie, Joey, and more. Come join us at the Brass Rail Thursday, April 28th from 7 p.m. until pick number 32. See you downtown for Draft Day with Woodward Sports. Brought to you by Cintron, Gypsy Vodka, and Planet Fitness.
Cintron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings, proud partners of the Detroit Pistons, and exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice.
Hey gang, it's Alex here with his first ever ad read, and it just so happens to be with our friends at the Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck, home of the original football and bowling hybrid game. You're so good. Don't jinx me yet, Manny. I'm not done yet.
It's over.
Chris and Noni Hutt are the founders of the Fulling Warehouse, and they just so happen to be the creators of the game, Fulling. So you know they're doing it right over there. You can host your corporate party or team building event just like we did here at Woodward Sports. Or you can just bring the family in on a Saturday afternoon. 2 ways to play, $10 unlimited play. Or you can reserve a private lane for $120, and it suits up to 10 people. Over 100 beers. And, of course, you've heard it so many times here before on the Woodward Sports Network. The $2 mystery beer machine. It's just a good bargain. $2 for a beer. It doesn't matter what kind of beer you're getting. If you're paying $2 for the beer, it's a good beer all around. Trust me, the bars there, they're overwhelming. Like they'll have anything you want. Anything. I got M43 off the draft from draft. Okay. Stick's telling me to wrap it up. Thanks for joining me on my first ever ad read. Get your phone
Thanks
on
for joining me
at
on my first
FullingWarehouse.com. Here we go.
Thanks for joining me on this journey.
Now we need Braylon.
Shout out to Alex on his first read. Alex, you did an amazing job. Planet Fitness, guess what though? Your fitness is essential. This is what we got to do. Get down here right now, planetfitness.com. Sign up, $10 a month. Your fitness is essential. Ask about the black card for $22.99 when you get there. Over 2,000 locations, so you can get your butt down there and get your ass in shape. Planet Fitness. Your fitness is essential.
You into fitness? All right, we're getting some
trying to get somebody in shape out here, man.
Obviously, we're going to talk more about Deebo Samuel coming up. They're talking about Rappaport listing the Lions as one of the top 4 teams to land Deebo Samuel, so we're going to get into that conversation. But we got to talk about history. History in a Tigers uniform, and obviously Miguel Cabrera has already delivered us with a lot of history, being a Triple Crown winner, an MVP,
3K.
hitting 500 home runs last year, and now he's verge of 3,000 hits. He's 4 away, and the Tigers are playing the Yankees today at 6:40. He had a 3-hit game a couple games ago, so 4 hits isn't out of the question. He could reach it tonight, but I want everybody in the chat right now, what game do you think Miguel Cabrera is going to get his 3,000th hit? I want to know that. And
Friday.
You think Friday against the Rockies?
I think Friday against the Rockies. And I think he's 2 more games left against the Yankees. They play today and they play tomorrow, and then they play the Rockies for 2 games, or no, 3 more games on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I just think that it's going to happen on Friday. I think he had 1 hit yesterday, and it came early too. If I'm not mistaken, it came in the first inning, so I know everybody got excited, but tapered off from there. I think tomorrow,
after that horrible pop-up drop by the Tigers, did you see that yesterday?
Yes, inning 2.
Oh,
it was second inning, I do believe, and it was horrible too. Alexander and Barnhart, Tucker Barnhart.
Just that can't happen.
And I understand from a certain perspective, like, as soon as the ball goes up in the infield, pitchers are tuned up. Like, pitchers legitimately look away, whether it's the catcher, second base, shortstop, third. Like, they look away. That was a situation. Alexander was right above you. You got to come on. Like, Barnhart deferred to you. Tucker, he deferred to you. Who's a friend of the show. Shout out to Tucker Barnhart. He's a friend of the show. He deferred to you, and then you deferred to nobody, and then you try to catch the last minute. We got to have stuff like that now over with.
Yeah.
Get it out the way now.
It cost them the game. They let up 3 runs on that one play.
Yeah.
But regardless, Miguel Cabrera, like you said, gets his hit in the second inning, inching towards 4.
And then he disappears again. So I figure he'll hit, 1 yesterday. I figure he's got 4 to go. I figure 1 today.
Okay.
2 Thursday.
Okay.
And then 1 on Friday. It's going into the weekend.
So he's going to go in with a 3-game hitting streak and knock it out?
Yeah.
So, I like to think about conspiracy theories.
Okay.
And, it's about the money, right?
Right.
What's going to pack the stadium more over the next couple games? The chase for it? For sure.
Yeah, the chase.
But also getting it accomplished at home is going to be very valuable as well. So I'm looking at Sunday of this week.
Sunday
against the Rockies.
5 games?
5 games.
Okay.
Because they want those ticket sales. And Miguel Cabrera is a showman. He's shown that in the past.
Right.
Not that he's not trying to get the hits, but I think if all things worked out right for the Tigers, you get 4 games of sellouts with people wanting to be there to witness history, like our own Rogelio, who's covering it for Woodward Tigers. Make sure you shoot them a follow on any social media as well, because he's going to be there. And, I think, why don't you drag it out till Sunday? He gets the hit on Sunday. You know it's going to be a packed ballpark. Weather's looking like 70 degrees. Could be a glorious day for Detroit sports.
It's funny you brought up, you bring up a great point in terms of it's about thrill of the chase. It's about selling out. It's about being a showman. I remember watching something on Netflix. It's called The Black Godfather. It's Clarence. I can't think of Clarence's last name, but he owned a record company, on a radio station. But he just did a bunch of random deals. He actually helped Barack Obama get elected, Andrew Young. But anyway, one of the biggest things that he did is he took Hank Aaron, who I know Maz is mad he's missing this conversation. He took Hank Aaron to Coca-Cola, which is located out of Atlanta, which they play for the Braves. He took him in there before he hit the 755th home run. Before he broke Babe Ruth's record, he said, hey, we need to do a deal with Coca-Cola. You guys need to sign this. When they didn't know who the hell he was, but they did a deal. He got it done with Coca-Cola because they were excited, and then he hits the home run. They asked him, he said, what would have happened if I would have hit the home run? Oh, we would have never signed a deal with you. So it's all about the thrill of the chase.
Ooh, I love that story.
Yeah, it's Hank Aaron, man. He signed a deal with Coca-Cola. Literally, I think he was 2 home runs away. Signed a deal, signed a multi-million deal, and then he hit the home run.
Yeah, well, I hope it happens this weekend. I hope it happens at home, especially, because that's the thing. If this happens on the road, it doesn't ruin it, but you want this in front of the home crowd. What's up, Alex?
I was just going to mention that is last year, I'm looking back at the game log for last year when he was trying to get home run 500, and we went through a whole 6-game homestand before the first game in Toronto when he hit game 500. We had to wait 8 games for the 500th home run. I would not be surprised whatsoever if he waits until he's on the road to get 3,000. Just because once he gets to 2,999, the crowd's going to get that anticipation build up. Every at bat, he's going to get that big roar before he comes up.
Right.
I just feel like he might just, wait until he's on the road.
I think the difference is in hitting the home run versus hitting a base hit. Like, at Miggy's age, and Miggy's knees, and Miggy's injury, it's a little harder to hit the home run. Like, he's really got to be in there. He's really got to be locked in. He's got to be dialed in. Elbows got to be nice and greased up. It's got to be, everything's got to be smooth. But to get a hit, man, these guys, Miggy's still Miguel Cabrera. It's not going to be hard for him to get a hit versus getting a home run. Look for Friday, I'm telling you.
Oh, man, and if this 3,000 hit comes on a home run, because I was going to ask this question, but I was like, wait a minute. No, I was going to say, if somebody catches the ball, what are you going to do?
Somebody did that recently. Somebody did 500 and 3,000 on the same, not 500, but.
You ever seen that Bernie Mac movie, Mr. 3000?
I have. He finished 2,999.
And has to come back 10 years later when he's old as hell to try to get that one hit after being a dick to everybody.
Yeah, he needed it, and he didn't get it. Because remember, he sacrificed himself. He gave himself up.
There's a moral lesson somewhere in there.
The moral lesson is BS, because I'm getting that hit.
Right. Miggy's getting that hit. I'm thinking it's coming Sunday. Let us know where you think that's happening in the chat. Clarence Avant is who you were thinking of.
Thank you, Clarence Avant. Yes.
Dabber. Dabber. We got to say happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to Dabber.
Dabber's participating extra hard today.
Appreciate that, man. Dabber's. And I'll be there soon, man.
My real name's Clarence, right? Did you know that?
You and Clarence, your parents got a real good marriage.
They do not. They were divorced twice. But
that was a line from 8
Mile. I've never heard it before. That dude destroyed my life when he came out with that line.
Hey, man.
Damn you, Eminem. Hey, I think it's happening Sunday. You think Friday?
I think Friday's a good day for it to happen, yeah.
Okay,
Gives
Sam,
3 days.
Sam, what you going with, baby?
I think it's going to happen Sunday, and it's because I think in every game he's going to do what Miguel Cabrera has done since about 2017 and go about 1 for 4 and have an 0 for one of those days.
Okay. Alex thinks it's happening on the road. One of us is going to be right. Let's place a little gentleman's bet on this.
Okay, what's up? Talk to me.
Just buy lunch? You want to buy lunch?
I do that. I'm good with that.
You want in on this?
Yeah, why not?
What day did you say?
Sunday.
You can't have my same day.
Saturday, fine.
Okay, Saturday so Friday, Saturday, Sunday on the road.
Road series.
The next. Well, you can't get a whole damn series.
Next road game. How about
Okay,
that?
so the
All
first
right.
road
Yes.
game after. Okay, so
Hey,
Monday.
You guys
Yeah.
ready for this? So you know he's buying, right? He's definitely buying. It's definitely happening inside of Sunday.
All right. Well, we got the bet going on. Let us know what you
Sunday
think
back.
in the chat, and make sure you're liking right now, subscribing.
How does that work? I
all
just
that-
thought about it. We got 4 people, 4 different days.
Whoever gets it right, you guys got to buy lunch for the person who gets it right.
I don't need 4 different lunches though. Or you guys can buy lunch all that whole week. How does that work?
No, just like,
'Cause if
how
you-
about the 3 pitch in to buy lunch for somebody?
How much does that person eat? That 3 people got to pitch in to buy lunch.
Oh, we're
for?
gonna do a steak lunch. We'll do it up.
Okay.
Steak tacos. Taco Bell.
I'm in.
Steak tacos from Taco Bell. Good pick, Sam Flannel. Saturday is my guess. That's what Detroit Dabber is saying. 600 double, 3,000 hit. That will come. And I can't wait. I can't wait to witness history. Let's get back in this Deebo Samuel conversation. People have been talking about it. We got some new viewers and new listeners that haven't heard our takes on it, so we're going to discuss that. Coming up next, my name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Armani today. That is Braylon Edwards.
This is Woodward Sports Network, The Bottom Line.
Smooth and sexy.
Hey, man, you got to have that voice. Give me a chapstick deal. Yo, this your boy.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. And if you were with us on opening day, you found out what we exactly were talking about.
Because it doesn't stop.
And ever. And then last year we did our draft party downtown during the midst of COVID, but it was a fun party nonetheless. This year, it's going to be even more wild at the Brass Rail. The entire family is going to be there. If you want to just meet anybody from Woodward Sports or just come and kick it with us, because it's going to be a fun event. We'll have 3 people talking on the air the whole time, and everybody else will be rotating throughout the crowd. The heavyweights are going to be doing some interaction. We're going to have drink specials. Cintron's going to be there. Gypsy Vodka's going to be there. It's just going to be a good time. Join us at the Brass Rail next Thursday, a week from tomorrow. The Lions are going to have some new players, and we're going to all celebrate together. So we'll see you at the Brass Rail next Thursday. Live broadcast starts at 7:30, but come on down anytime and get some pizza.
I'm coming in an Oregon Ducks t-shirt and hat because I already know who the Detroit Lions are selecting.
Adam says he's coming dressed as Tony Montana.
I can't with Adam. I can't with Adam. He was a Tiger. He was a Tiger King for opening day. I had a chance to witness that. It was a delight. Observe, witness. It was very interesting. I think Maddie played Carol Baskin, or some version of that.
That bitch, Carol Baskin.
Yes.
What a phenomenon that was at the beginning of COVID.
It's like right on time. Like it was like it happened right when COVID happened in March. I actually didn't watch it. It was a little too goofy for me, but I saw enough excerpts and clips where I got my laugh on.
Yeah, I'm not too proud. I got sucked in and I watched every single bit. I haven't watched the second part of it because they released the second version of it as well.
So
all right.
I told my boys in the chat, Jeff and Haroon and Nader, because they watched all of the first Netflix and then it came out again and they watched that one and they tried to send me and get me caught. I said, look, that's too white for me, bro.
It's too white for me.
That's too white for me. I mean,
it was almost too white for me, and I grew up in trailer parks, so
I got limits.
It definitely walked the line. Deebo Samuel,
get him.
It's been a progressive story. We talked about it earlier. That was our lead-off topic because it was the biggest thing. It's trending on Twitter right now. Deebo Samuel, he made his stance clear. He is frustrated with the 49ers, so frustrated, and it seems that he wants to play elsewhere. That was a tweet from 7 p.m. last night. Well, as of about 2 hours ago, he has officially demanded a trade from the San Francisco 49ers.
Let him go.
And then about an hour ago, a tweet came out from Rappaport saying 4 teams are at the top of the list. One of them happens to be Honolulu Blue and Silver, and that is the Detroit Lions. Braylon, you and I talked about this for about 15 minutes to start off the show. I'd be excited to see him in a Lions uniform. You had some great takes on why. What would be the first thing that would stand out for you, and what do you think it would help immediately with?
What I saw Deebo with last year is Deebo was willing to do anything that the 49ers asked of him, whether it was rush the ball, whether it was punt return, kick return, whether it was go play wide out. Hey, you know what? We need you sub in a quarterback this play. Jimmy G nor Trey Lance. Like, he did it with a smile on his face, and he did it with infectious energy. His energy infected them against Dallas. Now, I know Dallas blew that game. They wouldn't have been in that game if it wasn't for Deebo Samuel. He was infectious, and even look at the Green Bay game. I know it was a very low-scoring game. You have to look at special teams as the reason why Green Bay left. Who also balled in that game? Here's Deebo Samuel yet again. He's a guy that will do anything it takes to win the game. That's the kind of players that Dan Campbell should want to coach and want to represent the Detroit Lions. And just looking at the teams that we're going against, if I'm Deebo Samuel, I'm looking at Green Bay, no owner, and I'm tired of Aaron Rodgers.
Right. You never know when he's going to leave.
He's great, but he's not going to be here. But then you're going to be worried about him. I don't want to go deal with that situation. You go to the Jets. I know a lot about the Jets. They're a similar regime to the Detroit Lions. However, we might be on the regime that has an answer, that has it figured out. I tell you this, the New York Jets and Robert Salah, they don't. So don't go waste your time up there with the Jets. And in Kansas City, they got 2 stars, and one of them is making all the money, which means when your next contract comes up, when you go to get paid in 2023, guess what's going to happen? You ain't going to be getting paid by them. So just looking at that, Detroit's a good situation for him, and they're moving in the right direction. And now is the time for Detroit. Get your fan base involved.
Right.
You really want to endear yourself to your fans. This is one of those moves that can have fan bases like, not fan bases, our fan base like, oh, the Lions are serious. Sheila Hamp does get it. Dan Campbell does get it. Brad Holmes is exactly what we thought and who we thought he was. Go get him. Make it happen. Bring him here. He is a player that immediately makes you a contender.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I was just going to say. It expedites that growth process.
Yeah.
You know, we're thinking we're a year or two out from being contenders. And then you start to look at the offense, and you ran it down earlier. You know, you have DJ Chark, your down-the-field threat, your guy that stretches the lid off the defense. Then you got your Amon-Ra St. Brown, which is going to work the middle and never drop a pass because that's what he does. Then you have Quintez Cephas, so another great possession wide receiver, and that'll be your 4th guy because Deebo is going to be probably your number 2.
Pro Bowl tight end.
And you have your Pro Bowl tight end, plus your arguably top 5 offensive line. You draft a quarterback with number 2. Now you're giving a rookie quarterback immense amount of weapons. You're making him comfortable. I mean,
I like how you tried to slide that draft the quarterback at number 2 in there. I heard that.
You know, like I
saw you try to slide that in
I'm
there.
thinking big picture because if you want to draft that quarterback at number 2, yes, you could sit behind Goff for a year, and yes, we can wait to get him weapons and hope that evolves. Or you take a guy that's on his rookie contract, and then you tell Deebo Samuel, look, we got a quarterback on his rookie contract for 5 years. We got enough money to pay you down the road. To me, it's all just kind of falling in place for the Lions. And when we put out earlier what you would give up, I suggested the 32 and the 34. It's a first round and a second round. And nobody in the chat tore my head off, which to me says that that's kind of reasonable. Right, right. Normally it's like, you're an idiot. No way would we give up that. But everybody seems to be on board with Deebo Samuel.
I'm telling you, you need to be on board with that. This is somebody to be on board for. I've given you all the reasons. Stick is giving you all the reasons, too. It's a really good situation, really good setup. The only thing be interesting, too, is you don't even have to tell him that, oh, we'll draft Malik Willis and we'll be on a rookie deal unless he wants to be with Malik Willis because guess what? Next year you might draft a quarterback. Or if it's not this year, you're going to draft it next year. So regardless, they won't be spending any money at quarterback.
And maybe Deebo likes Goff. We don't know. He just played with Jimmy G. It's not like, you know, he came from playing with the best quarterback in the league. Goff and Jimmy G are comparable.
And I'm also of the mind, and this is my optimism creeping in. I've been hanging around Ryan Armani too long. My optimism is creeping in on this. Jared Goff, when did he have success? He had success when he had a good offensive line with the Rams. When they brought in Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley was tearing it up in the league. Guess what school Todd Gurley went to? Same school as DeAndre Swift. Similar type of running back when they were in college. Lions have a good offensive line. Lions have now have some weapons at wide receiver. Now they have T.J. Hockenson. Now they got a quarterback in Jared Goff that's like, oh, you know what? I actually remember what it's like to perform with a similar situation when it was consistent, when it was consistent, when it was good, when I saw the same thing, when I started believing. Maybe his passes get a little tighter this year. Maybe he doesn't turn the ball over so much. Maybe he doesn't have such small hands when he has better amount of consistency around him.
His hands are just going to grow.
Hey, they might magically grow. I'm saying put all your eggs in Jared Goff's basket this year.
What about this comment from John Robinson on our YouTube chat? He said, Deebo won't make our defense better. I can argue that he could. Because what he's doing is he's alleviating pressure. More first downs, the longer you're on the field, the less your defense has to extenuate themselves. So, like, yes, in theory, he's not on the field of defense making it better, but he could also be keeping your defense from having to put forth so much effort every single game just by picking up an extra first down here or there.
He picked up 45 first downs last year.
That helps.
He picked up 45 first downs last year. You know what that tells me? He's extending drive, which is keeping the defense off the field, which is allowing them to rest, which is shortening the field for the defense when they eventually do get on the field. You still have the number 2 pick overall. I didn't say draft Malik Willis. That wasn't me. I'm going with Kayvon Thibodeau. That's a defensive player. That's a premier defensive rush in at the number 2 pick. There's your defense. You draft him at 32. You give him a second-round pick next year. Bob's your uncle. Now you have 34 to draft another defensive lineman or a safety. You see Lewis Sign is still going to be floating out there from Georgia. So you still can have some defensive players drafted in that that 2 spot and that 34 spot. But I'm saying that 32 spot, hey, 49ers, y'all can have that, and you can have my second-round pick next year.
The Lions getting Deebo would massively change our approach in the draft. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I like Deebo, but the hell with all of that. So Deshaun is not a big fan of it. Really?
Why?
Lots of people here. Go get Deebo. It's not that hard, is what
Thank
Breeze
you.
says. And I'm with that. Like, let's be aggressive. Imagine going into draft day with already Deebo Samuel in your pocket.
It's a whole nother thought process.
You want.
Because right now the thought process of the Detroit Lions is, oh, man, could Malik Willis be this futuristic quarterback that we're thinking, that other people are talking about, that we've seen be the new quarterback to be the elite? Could Deebo Samuel be there? If Aiden Hutchinson slips to us at the number 2 pick, do we take Aiden? He's been down the street. We've watched him all season. We watched him at the Combine. Kayvon Thibodeau, we've been talking about him. He's the guy. He's the premier rusher. Kyle Hamilton, he's the safety. What do we do about Kyle Hamilton? Like, that's what the Detroit Lions are doing now. At least that's what we think they're doing. You get not to mention we need a wide receiver. Is there any way that Jahan Dotson or Chris Olave will slip to us at 32? Is there a potential chance to get Christian Watson or Treylon Burks at 34? These are all the questions going on right now. You kill yourself. Just get Deebo Samuel right now. 32 pick. Done, over with. Now you got a wide receiver. Now you got a guy that can make some plays, extend some drives, and be a multi-purpose player. The more you can do, the more valuable you are. And Deebo Samuel can do a lot.
He would be immediately one of the favorite athletes in Detroit on all sports.
I would
say, up there with Cade.
I would say he'd be 2. Because everyone loves Cade. This is Cade City right now.
Right.
So I would put him immediately at 2.
And that's huge, man.
It's major.
That's huge for selling tickets. It's huge for jersey sales. Like, it just makes sense on every single level. So, Lions, let's make it happen. Dan Campbell, be aggressive. Go bite some kneecaps.
Remember how much the Detroit Lions loved and liked, what's his name? Anquan Bolden.
Oh, yeah.
And Anquan came here at the end.
Yep.
So imagine having Anquan Bolden in 03 with Arizona Cardinals. But faster. That's what you're getting with Deebo Samuel.
We could have drafted Anquan Bolden, but we took.
And guess what happened that first game he played?
He whooped that ass.
200 yards. I was at that game.
Yeah, I watched it on TV.
That was my.
I was like, we could have had this guy later in the draft. What are we doing here?
That was my. I want to say that was my junior. That was going into my senior year.
Well,
that was going to my junior year. It was 03.
We'll keep you up to date with all the Deebo Samuel news right here at Woodward Sports. And Dad's going wild on the sideline. I don't know if you've seen Ja Morant and Karl Anthony Towns' dads going at it during the NBA playoffs, but this is becoming one of my favorite things to watch.
I got my money on Ja Morant's pops, is all I'm saying.
We're going to talk about that next. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermani. That is Braylon Edwards, drinking Cintron.
This is Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line. Cintron, turn up.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
The official sticker partner of Woodward Sports. When it comes to stickers and signage, think Sticker Genius. We support this local Detroit business, and we are excited to show you our latest project, the Planet Fitness Studio from Sticker Genius. If you need custom stickers,
wall graphics, window graphics, and plenty more, reach out to our friends at Sticker Genius. We at Woodward Sports couldn't be any happier with the service they provided us. They were quick, easy to deal with, and super professional. Head to stickergenius.com today.
You want to win $100,000 and look really good while you get your hair cut? I mean, like really, really, really good? You got to go to Lady Jane's. They have locations all over Metro Detroit and pretty much all over the country. So even if you're traveling out of town this summer, make sure you look for a Lady Jane's. They'll get you that precision haircut, plus qualify you to get that $100,000 in your hand. If you're feeling like you need a haircut now, come on down. We're at 15 Mile and Woodward right here inside the Lady Jane's World Headquarters, so you can watch the show live while you get your haircut and get that scalp massage while you're at it. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Lady Jane's. And let me tell you about that Seafood Fest. I love seafood, especially that popcorn shrimp. I go there. Ooh-wee. I love it. Seafood Fest going on at Big Boy. But hurry, it's only going on through the end of this weekend, April 24th, so catch it while it lasts. They got fish and chips. They got the fish fry. They got the popcorn shrimp, the pike perch, and that new fish sandwich. Big Boy does it right. Make sure you go for that
those
Seafood
hush puppies
Fest.
too, man.
Ooh, I forgot about the hush puppies.
Yeah.
I was talking about that popcorn shrimp.
Ooh.
I can eat about 4,000 of those. So make sure you go to Big Boy for Seafood Fest.
I used to love the Elias brothers, man, when I was younger, man. It was like whenever we would pull up to, you see the big sign outside, you got these holding the hamburger like that. You pull up, it was always go time. We used to go to one on Jefferson a lot when I was younger.
I grew up in like the Walled Lake area. There was one in Walled Lake.
Oh, yeah,
that we would
yeah.
always go to. Always for breakfast, that breakfast bar.
Oh,
you get the mashed.
I
You
live
get,
right
you
over
get the
there.
hash browns. You put the gravy on it, like 4,000 strips of bacon. Oh,
Sounds like an early exit from this earth now.
Oh man, I love Big Boy. And if you haven't been in a Big Boy, this is
They've revamped them.
It's crazy how nice they look inside now. It's not your grandma's Big Boy.
Exactly. It's not like a Culver's or it's like one of the Perkins. Like it looks like, oh, I can actually come here and do some work too.
Yeah,
Like,
a clean diner. It's a clean diner.
TVs, all that.
So make sure you go to Big Boy. Speaking of big boys, when your son is a professional athlete, your dad has dealt with this, kind of.
Yeah.
Has he ever gotten it on the sidelines with other dads?
We got into it. I saw him get into it maybe once when I was, because my dad, one thing about my dad, I got to give him a lot of credit for, because most fathers in my position that went to, did the same thing their sons did at the same level.
Right.
They're a handful. My dad was never like that. He always wanted to stay out, like let the coach do it. Sometimes to his detriment, because I feel like some coaches deserve something.
Right.
But he always let the coach be his own coach, do his own thing. I saw him get into it maybe one coach, and I saw him get into it one father. And it was ugly. I had to jump in. It was almost a 2-on-2 situation.
I always said if I ever have a kid, I'm going to be the dad that has to sit in center field, like in my car, so I don't hear anything and I don't yell at other people, because I'd be out there fighting if somebody talked crap to my kid. Like,
you're going to be like what's his name? Stan Marsh's
yeah.
dad.
I thought this was America.
He like, what is Randy Marsh?
Yeah, Randy.
He's crazy.
He's the best. Absolute best.
The baseball fights.
So John Morant and Karl Anthony Towns, their dads have been going at it during the NBA playoffs. And if you haven't seen it, you got that video, Alex? Look at this video, because it's all in good fun. That's what I love about this. You can tell like they care about each other, but at the same time, it's like, my son's gonna whoop your son's ass.
Okay, let me see what we got going on here.
I'm here with the two fathers of the two stars out there, Karl Anthony Towns Sr., T. Morant. Listen, brothers, I've been hearing y'all jawing back and forth. Are you a little nervous right now? Because Memphis right now...
About what? The last time they had a lead, I seen people leaving 5 minutes early. I don't know, and the game wasn't even over yet.
Like them young people say, that's all cap. That's all cap. He lying.
What's what makes it bad? They get a little lead, now they want to talk. Halftime, they be like, oh, we scoring now.
Oh, hey, we ain't had no lead. Hey, look at this. We ain't ducking no smoke. We gave first win, so y'all will feel like y'all was in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, guess what?
We ain't ducking no smoke.
I love it, man. You know what I want? I want a Manning cast of those two commentating on the games.
That would be great.
Like, I think that's the next level ESPN has to take.
So the thing I love about it is like exactly what you said. It's playful banter. Like you can see these two men there. At the end of the day, when the cameras start rolling, you know what they really said? They said, boy, me and your son about to tear this league up in terms of money, because they about to get paid. But no, it was great back and forth. It was easy going. The funniest thing about it is Karl Anthony Towns is 6'10 and a half.
Beast.
Ja Morant's what, 6'3"?
Right, but can jump out the gym.
Ja Morant's dad is taller than Cat's dad. There's a little observation right there.
Yeah, we were saying Ja Morant's dad kind of looks like a mix between Usher, a little bit of Gucci.
EJ Manuel. Rest in peace.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I guess I mentioned people who died.
But I just love that on the sideline. Like, that's something, honestly, I've been watching sports a long time, and I really I've never seen two dads, like, just going at each other, like, because the first game was funnier. They were separated by the benches, and they were just shouting down the entire court to each other, too.
So the funniest thing about it is, remember that first game, they had technical difficulties with their sound coming out of Memphis. So I didn't know that they were Cat and Ja Morant.
Oh, you just thought they were random dudes?
I knew it was Ja Morant's dad. I thought it was another player on Memphis team. So I thought they were like celebrating together. I didn't know they were talking stuff until you showed me that today, and then it makes sense. Now I'm like, dang, I wish I would have known then because it was funny as hell.
Yeah, we definitely need more of that. I think we need more of that.
It's great for the game. Mm-hmm. Like, it's great because they're not serious. They're serious about their teams winning. Their son's balling out, but it's fun. They're happy their sons are there. I think you get some more of this, man. That'd be like another level of the game. Remember LeBron's mom when she used to yell at the games, but she was out of control.
Yeah, Delonte West remembers LeBron's mom. They had some good times together. What are you covering your face for? It's a fact. Do you remember you couldn't order a West 23 jersey from Cleveland because the NBA blocked that?
It was like have a good time. It was like going have a good time going down south because I know your mom's riding west.
Oh God,
something the shirt said.
Oh man,
can you imagine being on that team?
No,
your son's hitting. I mean, you're
just in general, anybody that you know tagging your mom. Like, it doesn't matter if it's on your team. Anybody besides your dad doing that to your mom is just awkward.
Yeah, no, that'd have been a no-go. Especially having power like LeBron, I would went straight into Dan Gilbert's office. He's got to go.
Oh, and that's exactly what he did?
He's got to go.
It was a straight flex on Delonte West. Like, you had sex with my mom? Sorry. You're off the team.
He left, though. They left the same year.
Yeah, okay.
No. That's probably why Dan Gilbert was so mad. He was like, and I got rid of Delonte West for you, and then you left me?
Oh, what an awkward locker room situation. I remember a couple years ago, like, Aviciel Garcia and Miguel Cabrera got in a fight in the locker room.
Oh, I did.
It was over some wifely things.
Yes.
I don't necessarily want to relive that.
No.
We'll have to.
Like, we get it.
How often does that stuff happen in locker rooms?
A lot.
A lot?
A lot.
Because I grew up, watching Major League, that movie Major
Oh,
League.
100%.
Rick Vaughn sleeps with
Rick Vaughn with Dorn.
Right, with Dorn's wife.
Yeah.
But doesn't know it.
He doesn't, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She did.
But that happens a lot?
It does. You got to think, man, 61 guys on the team, and it's an ever-rotating door or revolving door, players being brought in, being brought out. You're always doing different events together, whether it be for the team, sanctioned events, or Players Foundation, charity. There's a lot of players doing that. So, and wives know, and wives are smart. They pick and choose their spots, and it comes out. So you should believe that it happens a lot.
Yeah, okay. Well, we got about 30 people that work here. You said 60, so it's half as likely to happen here that someone's going to tag your wife. All right. Cool. Welcome, Maddie. Welcome to the conversation.
You don't have anything to worry about.
Maddie just walked in.
Right on time.
Let's do Ask Braylon. We want to do this at the end of the next couple shows. If you got any question to ask this man right now, please drop it in the chat, whether it's football related, life related, career related. I got one I want to lead off with because I don't think we've touched on this enough here at the network.
Yes, I air dry.
Ooh, all right.
Oh, I thought that's what you were going to ask me.
It was more about the helicopter trick, but
okay.
that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. It's the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Armani. We're going to do Ask Braylon coming up next. If you got a question for Braylon Edwards, drop it in the chat, but keep it clean, though, please. And we'll address that coming up next right here.
Woodward Sports Network, this is the bottom line.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Winning is a habit. So is listening daily to Woodward Sports. We're glad you're a winner, and thanks for listening.
Chili Peppers Tanning. That's where you want to go get your base before the summer gets here. Go on in there. It feels so good. You're laying in there. You get all warm, and then you leave, and you're like, oh, my God, this is what the sun feels like? This is what normal people live like? And make sure you join that Pepper Club for just $5. They'll beat any competitor by $5. Plus, they got that Australian Gold, designer skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty lotions. So you can get out of there smelling all good like coconut, like you're on vacation. And really, go to vacation anytime at Chili Peppers Tanning.
Australian Gold sounds like something.
I love the smell of tanning lotion, man.
It sounds like a premium internet company on Australia.
A premium internet company.
Triple X company.
All right, so we're going to do Ask Braylon Edwards some questions. If you got them, please drop them in the chat. And Dennis leading off right now.
Can we change the name of this to Ask a Black Man?
We can. I don't feel comfortable saying that.
Like Dave. No, I was joking. Like the Dave Chappelle skit. I keep going back to that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Okay. Well, ask a black man. Me or Braylon Edwards?
I'm asking Stick a question.
Braylon, are you married or have you ever been married? Is a question from Dennis Preem.
Does he want to propose?
Oh, I don't know.
Does he want to propose? No, I've never been married. I want to. I definitely believe in marriage. My parents, my mom and stepdad have been married now for 32 years. And then my stepmom and dad have been married for 27 years. So marriage is definitely something I believe in. Just not the right person yet.
Hey, man, you got to be someone special to catch Braylon Edwards. Braylon, what is the best restaurant in Detroit?
Best restaurant? It depends. Like, are you talking upscale? Are you talking just my favorite? Because
for your birthday, if you want to go out, where are you going?
Eddie Merlot's is nice.
Eddie Merlot's is nice.
Eddie Merlot's is nice. Just a regular restaurant. I like Vincetta Garage, man.
Have you tried the Statler? It's a new one downtown. Damn good food.
Damn
good food. Try that out. Clomp Sauce wants to know, is pimping easy?
Nah, but somebody's got to do it.
Oh, gosh. Man.
Watch out now.
Yeah, this one's tough.
PG.
Jake, I want to ask it, but I don't. Okay, Mary F. Kill.
Okay.
Bo, Carr, or Harbaugh? I don't even think you can answer that question. I just thought it was hilarious.
Next.
Let's see. Braylon,
you know what you could do with that one? What he should have did? He should have did start one, bench one, cut one.
There you go.
So if you go back to it, I'll do start one, bench one, cut one.
Okay.
All right. Now, who was it? It was Bo.
It was Bo, Carr,
Harbaugh,
and Harbaugh.
Cut Harbaugh. Bench Bo, start Lloyd.
You like Lloyd? You played for Lloyd.
Lloyd's the only one won national championship.
That's true. That's very true.
Rings talk.
I love this question from Trey Finesse. Braylon, who are your top 5 wide receivers? It says during your era, but I'll take top 5 wide receivers just all together in your head.
Randy Moss is my number one. My era would have been interesting too, but Randy Moss, because you can do like Chad and Terrell. But I'm going Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, T.O.
Ooh.
Randy, Jerry, T.O., Larry, Chris Carter.
Larry Fitzgerald's that high on your list. Yeah. We've had this conveation before. You love Larry Fitzgerald.
He's boring. He's nice. He says all the right things. Controversy. He is damn good at what he does. He does not drop passes. He has the best ball tracking skill I have ever seen. Tracking the ball means from start to finish, knowing where to find the ball, being able to track it. Hands are ridiculous. He's number 2 on most categories all time now. Minus touchdowns. I watched him in college. Larry was that deal. Larry was the truth, man. So he's boring and he wears dreads. I get it, but he's great.
2-track Jack. I love this for especially today. Indica, sativa, or hybrid?
Hybrid.
Hybrid?
Hybrid. I'm a hybrid guy. They're all good. You can find the right companies, the brands are all good. But hybrids, something about a good hybrid, man.
I'm an indica guy. I just need to slow the hell down.
Yeah.
That's for me. Everybody's wondering why isn't Calvin on your list?
Because you said top 5.
Yep.
Calvin played 5 years. If you want to go that route, Calvin was exceptionally good. But you're talking about the top 5 greatest players ever. Calvin's not top 5 in any of those categories. Just think about it. Yards, not top 5. Catches, not top 5. Touchdowns, not top 5. Calvin was really good during his period. Man, the guys on that list, I like to do a mixture. Not only is it yards, is it the stats, it's did you lead the league? Like, were you that guy when you were playing? Did you score touchdowns when you were playing? Did you have success in the playoffs when you were playing? I know that sucks, but it's a real deal. Calvin was great, but you're talking top 5 all time.
Okay.
That's a different thing.
I like this. Now, you don't have to do 5, but who are
I don't think Calvin has better stats than Herman Moore.
Who are your most underrated and underappreciated wide receivers?
All time or now?
It just says top 5 most. So yeah, we can do now. I mean,
unappreciated.
Yeah,
Jarvis
like
Landry was unappreciated for a while. I mean, he's got injured last year, but Jarvis I thought was very slept on. Keenan Allen is underappreciated.
That's a great one.
Like Keenan Allen to me is arguably the best route runner in the NFL. Like Keenan Allen, like if you want to do the best route runners, I'm going Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, and freaking oh my God, Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, and then you can even throw Cooper Kupp in that one as well. But like Keenan Allen, man, great hands, great ability with the route, runs great routes. Like
always a top 10 guy at minimum.
Always. It's only one thing that it keeps him out. One, he was out in Los Angeles. The team was bad for a while. Now they're good. You see the moves they made in the offseason. 2, he's hurt. Keenan Allen is hurt a lot, and I think that's what takes away from him. But in terms of underrated, Keenan Allen and Mike Evans are probably 2 most unappreciated wide receivers. And people wouldn't even know Mike Evans' name if something didn't happen. Tom Brady doesn't go to Tampa. Mike Evans, every year, 1,000 yards. Every year, 90-plus catches, 100 catches. He's always there for you. Scores in the red zone. But people don't talk about him. Those are my 2 right there.
Okay. I love that.
Keenan
love that.
and Mike.
Yeah, Keenan Allen. I'm a big fantasy football guy, and every year he's a top 7 fantasy guy.
Every year.
And nobody drafts him.
Nope.
Like, you just forget about him there. For some reason, it's just like, Keenan Allen, I don't know. Kind of like Tyler Lockett, too.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's an underrated guy at wide
That's
receiver.
a good one, too, man. He's done everything he wanted to do. He made the Pro Bowl as a special teams guy when he first got into the league. Then he made the Pro Bowl as a wide receiver at his natural position. He's a guy that's just, once again, when people don't do things specially, like when you think Tyler Lockett, the only thing you think about Tyler Lockett was that amazing Thursday night game or Sunday night game when Russell Wilson threw one of the prettiest passes I've ever seen, and Tyler Lockett made one of the hardest catches in the back of the end zone I've ever seen. To this day, I don't know how he got 2 feet in. He got it. That's the only play you think of. That's because he doesn't do anything special. He doesn't yell. He's not a big personality. He's just a damn good football player.
All right, I got 2 more really good ones here. Do you have a play or an error that keeps you up at night still?
Yeah.
I know we've talked about a drop pass before that you remember.
Yeah, so my senior year we played Ohio State. We lost the game. We got blew out. I think we lost by 10, I want to say, which is a blowout. And we went for it on 4th down, down 10. We went for it on 4th down, down 10, but we were on our 25, and Lloyd trusted in me. We called a play. I dropped the 4th down conversion. If I catch it, I might have broke a tackle and scored, and I think that's what I was thinking. And so I dropped the pass, and to this day it haunts me because, like, my last time playing against Ohio State, I dropped the pass. Coach Carr was trusting me. Like, you don't go for it on 4th down on your 25-yard line. So I haven't been able to shake that one off, and it was 20-plus years ago.
All right, that's a bad memory. What's your favorite memory then? Like, what sticks with you as a highlight? Is it that Michigan State game?
I talk about it so much that I've gotten over it. Like, and I don't mean that in a bad sense. I talk about it so much I've gotten over it. I think it was my junior year. It was the first time beating Ohio State.
Okay.
Like, I've only beat Ohio State once. So, much is made, but we only beat them once as well. But that feeling was special. It was the 100th game. It was Ohio State. It was Michigan. It was the 100th time we played each other. 2 touchdowns. Chris Perry had 2 touchdowns. Got to the Heisman off that game. It was just a great all-around win. Like this year, we won by 14. We beat their ass. And I want to say it was damn near the same score.
Yeah, out-physicaled them as well.
What was the score this past year, Sam?
I believe it was 42-27, I think.
Our score was 35-21.
Yep,
35-21.
And last question for Braylon Edwards. What team did you want to play for but you were never able to?
That's a good one. Dolphins.
Why the Dolphins?
It's Miami. Who the hell don't want to go party in Miami? Like my agent, before we started the workout process, I worked out in Denver for the draft process. I trained out at Velocity for the Combine and for Pro Day. My agent said, hey, take you to Miami. We got a condo down there. We can clear our heads. And then I need you working. I need you ready. So he took me to Miami. First time ever in Miami. I'm 21 years old.
Oof.
What you think, Stick? 21 years old, Maddie, Alex, Sam, 21 years old in Miami. I was like, wait, those are real?
Wait, they have nude beaches here? What is going on?
What is this? So I eat him, and then the Dolphins were the number 2 team on the clock that year. Thought I was going there, ended up going 3 to Cleveland. I always wanted to get down there because I always had a condo down there. I basically lived in Miami from 05 to 2014. So it just made sense. I'm home.
My first trip to Miami was pretty incredible. We went down there for the Bob Marley Festival, and it was on Key Biscayne Island, and DMX was performing.
Key Biscayne? I love Key Biscayne Island.
Oh man, it was a crazy time, and we drafted the cocaine while we were down there.
It's like Sam. That's what Sam said.
Right, Sam?
Where's my
Coca-Cola with grenadine?
Where's my SMA read at, man?
I love
Hey,
how
look,
Sam says with grenadine. Like,
cherry Coke, like natural cherry Coke, where like it's so good.
I know, but if I said 7-Up and grenadine, I'd be sitting over here pimping a Shirley Temple. Like that's not a man drink, baby.
We
That
used
is
to
a
make
man
these
drink.
drinks. Like when I want to say my senior year in Michigan, and then maybe like my first year in the league. I think after the first summer it wore off. We used to pour a little bit of Corona out or drink it, and then spike it with watermelon Bacardi and grenadine.
Oof.
It was great.
Remember that drink? Was it Tecate or
Maybe
something? It was like
yeah.
half beer and half tequila. Do you remember that? Tequiza. Do you guys remember that? That was back when I was in high school. We would drink
I
that.
remember. It's like Zima. Remember Zima?
Oh yeah, you put a Jolly Rancher in that. Oh my
Zima.
gosh.
Oh my! I think Zima was the first thing because I didn't start drinking till 21. I think I had a sip of a Zima, but I had to be like 12. I was like, or 13. I'm like, how do y'all drink this stuff? What is this?
Well, thank you guys for joining the bottom line today. Over? Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. That's all we got.
Jesus.
We'll be back on tomorrow, 2 to 4 right here. We were going to give Christian Wright his $1,000 check for winning the Papa Romano's Woodward bracket. He said he would be here by 3:50. He's not going to make it. There's his check, though. So
it's waiting for you, Christian. Hey, but we do reserve the right to not give you your check if you wait till Friday. We might keep it.
Oh, yeah, Friday's cash that
We'll
check.
split it. We'll split it. We'll split it 3 ways.
I'm good with that.
$333. Somebody gets $334.
that man, Tequiza was the bomb. People are talking about Tequiza now. Yeah, sorry to bring up that memory,
terrible.
everybody. We'll be back on tomorrow. Braylon is going to break down wide receivers, rookies that are coming into the league. Drake London is one of them.
And Garrett Wilson tomorrow.
Garrett
We'll
Wilson.
start there. Yeah.
We'll do a little breakdown of that. And also, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for listening on The Roar and downloading the app. We are out of here for the day. For Sam Flannel, for Alex, for Maddie. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Armani. That is Braylon Edwards, and this is...
Don't draft Malik Willis. Take Kayvon Thibodeau. I'm telling you.
And trade for Deebo, damn it.
What he said. That's the bottom line. We're out of here.